Hello everybody, this is Vincent, aka BitB, and welcome out to another BitB stream. Thanks for coming out. It is Monday. Yeah, unfortunately, I had some things crop up last minute yesterday, so yeah, I couldn't do the stream, but I'm doing it today. And we are diving right back into Phoenix Wright. Now, the last that we did Phoenix Wright, we were covering Miles Edgeworth, and he had done the entirety of the first part of our little thing with Dahlia Hawthorne, and now we are going to dive in, I guess, as Phoenix Wright, from what I saw. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that, because I left it off on a hell of a cliffhanger for myself. I really want to see, like, Phoenix dive in and take this case. But, yep, we need to... Give me 1 second. There we go. Yep, we need to dive in ourselves. Here we go. Anyway, so let's begin. Part 3.1. Doing some more investigation, I guess. Makes sense. Here we are. February 9th, 3:43 a.m. Hottie Clinic Intensive Care Unit. I'm still up at this hour, reading through the trial record of a certain case. It's the first case my mentor, Mia Fey, had ever handled in a court of law. A horrifying truth that I refuse to accept is holding me hostage here within its pages. Dahlia Hawthorne. What I've read, I don't want to believe. What is written here, this isn't the Dahlia I knew. After falling into Eagle River, I was somehow miraculously saved. But I ended up catching a cold that seemed to knock me around the world and back. I feel dizzy. My ears are ringing, my throat burns, and my head is on fire. But I will recover. I have to recover by this afternoon. I have to meet with the most ill-tempered witness imaginable. But I know that he will be able to help me with him. Somehow. Alright, how am I doing? February 9th, 2:43 p.m., Dusky Bridge. Wright, are you sure you're well enough to be doing this? You still look a little green in the face.
Or maybe Viridian, in the artist speak.
Actually, my fever has gone down quite a bit.
How's your temperature now?
Only 102.2 degrees. Nothing to worry about. And yes, anyway, I read today's trial record. You weren't bad, Edgeworth. Pretty impressive, despite the circumstances.
We're not in the clear yet. The main point of contention tomorrow is going to be the murder weapon.
Yeah.
In the end, the Shishishido did not deliver the deadly blow, which means there must be another sword hiding out there that we don't know about.
Another sword, huh?
Don't you worry about a thing, pal. I'll dig up the murder weapon myself, or I'll eat my coat.
Get ready to eat your coat. Thanks again, Edgeworth. I'll handle things from here.
That is probably for the best. Actually, I was thinking about paying the old precinct a little visit. There's something I want to look into.
And that is?
Our client's background, naturally. You mean Iris, sir? I have the feeling that we've met before. All I want is a confirmation, one way or the other. And since I probably won't be getting that from you...
I'm sorry, Edgeworth.
I bid you adieu, Wright? Take care.
Goodbye, Magic Man!
No. Guess I should get moving, too.
Why? Do you need to be somewhere?
Yeah, I gotta get to work on this bridge, pal.
You're building the fucking bridge! Who hired you to build the damn bridge?
I'm rigging something up so we can get across to the other side.
Oh, okay. So it's more just a mock-up job. I don't know if I trust the mock-up job that Gumshoe would do, but I don't... that's right! Maya's still stuck over there at the Inner Temple!
But don't you worry, pal. As soon as it's all set, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you, Gumshoe.
No problem, pal. Just try not to give me that cough of yours, okay? Alright, I'm off.
See you later. Hang in there, Maya. We'll get you out, I promise. She's probably going to have a hell of a cold along with me. Cold friends! Or cold friends, right? But in the meantime, I've got to continue collecting evidence. Alright. I guess now that I'm Phoenix, I can examine shit. Probably exactly the same stuff. Hazakura Temple doesn't have a single private phone line. And there aren't any houses in the area, so I guess Bikini is the only one who uses this. I really wish I had brought my cell phone with me. You still don't have your cell phone? Have you learned nothing? That thing looks like it's ready to collapse. At least more than it did before. According to Bikini, Eagle Mountain is very prone to earthquakes. Which reminds me, if my memory serves me correctly, Edgeworth isn't exactly a fan of earthquakes. Oh, alright. Great. Actually, yeah, I seem to remember that. That was in another case. What case was that? Dang it. Was it one that I did on stream? I don't know. I just feel like that would have been, like, the first game? Who knows? Alright, there's probably nothing here. I don't see anything different. So, I guess it's time to move on. Main gate or... Okay, I'm gonna head to Heavenly Hall first. To see what I can find. February 9th, Heavenly Hall. Looks like no one's here. Larry! Laurice! I was sure he'd be hiding in here. Guess I'll try again later. Alright. Okay then, I guess, Mare? I can't believe he... Jeez, the frickin' intercontinental flags that he brought, Jesus. Okay. Let's face the music and start talking to people inside this place, eh? February 9th, Hazakura Temple, main gate. Oh, Jesus. Come on, please! It's for art's sake, I swear! There's only one guy I know who could be this persistent and high-strung. I'm talking about the heroine here. The heroine in my book. It'll make you famous. Yeah! Oh, shit, she's here too. Enough! A fool's fool fools fools who foolishly accept the foolishness of a fool stop saying fool. Wouldn't you agree? Phoenix Wright. Me? Wait a second. I know you. You're a... Ow! Your reflexes and mind need to shape up. My brain's frying like a sunny side up and you want to grill me over a name? Francie, you can't do that! Even as we speak, Nyx is on the brink of death. Or so I'm told. Whip a dead horse. Isn't that one of your American sayings? No, it's not. And I'm not on the brink of anything. Come on, Nick. Tell her, wouldn't you? Tell her she needs to model for my new picture book, Francie's Whippity Whip Trip. Yeah, okay. Before you ask me to model, learn to give at least semi-coherent testimony. And before that, you'll have to learn how to live a semi-coherent life, Larry. Ah, jeez. I don't care what anyone says. I'm telling the truth. I saw what I saw. She flew, I'm telling you. Whoosh. Just like that dude with the red underwear. Don't think I'm gonna forgive you guys when you come crawling back to apologize. I can't really trust somebody who doesn't understand. You didn't even say the word Superman. I know it was for the sake of keeping a copyright out of a game, but Jesus, man. Can't even reference Superman. Off he goes. Hi. It's amazing how little has changed with you in the past year, Phoenix Wright. Now I guess we're talking. So how was the trial, huh? Oh, well, okay. You first. Have you been in Germany all this time? That's right. Extending my perfect win record. Naturally. Oh, joy. Sounds like she hasn't changed a bit. Oh, and also, it's not perfect. It will never be perfect again. I have ruined that for you. Enjoy that. Has it really been a year since we first met? I am Franziska von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Francisco was born and raised in Germany and became a prosecutor at the age of 13, which is destroying the rules, but whatever. Her father was the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma, who is still terrifying to this day. He had a perfect win record for 40 long years. But now he is gone from this world. Don't tell me you still hold a grudge against me because of what happened to your father. Phoenix Wright, you will fall before me. This I promise. But it will be for my sake, not my father's. Are we clear? Yes, Crystal. Alright, so yeah, today's trial, how about that? In truth, I was shocked. I came back to America with the intention of defeating you. Instead, it was my little brother who was leading the defense. Yep. Edgeworth. Come to think of it, Edgeworth was pulled into being a prosecutor by Manfred von Karma as well. Miles Edgeworth told me something very interesting, you know. He said this case has a special significance to you. Because it does. And that's precisely why I'm here. Your personal involvement will make crushing you into a teeny-weensy pieces all the better. It's probably the fever, but she's so openly hostile that it's almost kinda cute. No! No smirking! No whipping the sick! That foolish fool doing such a foolishly favor for such a foolishly foolish fool. Edgeworth. Make no mistake, Phoenix Wright. I came here for one thing, and one thing only. To pulverize you. It's not like I thought you were here to bring me some Cold Killer X, you know. Ah, if only. Ah, hello, Thomas. Okay, so, what happened in reference to what? I went over the whole case file on the flight over. You read the whole thing? Yes, every last word of every last sentence of every last paragraph. All the ridiculous things you did made it very interesting read, you know. Attempting to cross a burning bridge. Do you even consider the dangers? Nope! But that's why I'm Phoenix Wright. God damn it. No. The only thought in my mind was, I have to get across. A fool who doesn't think is more foolish than a fool who foolishly thinks. Gumshoe said he'd let me know once the bridge was repaired. Maya, she's gotta be okay. I just know it. Plus, I need to ask her about what really happened at the Inner Temple that night. I do wonder if we're actually going to manage to get her back, or if this is going to be another situation of her literally being hostage to the situation. Which sucks. Alright, enough of that. I think now I guess we need to go check out Bikini, probably. How's she doing in all this? She's kind of raked over the coals in the last trial. What? That was one long sigh. Yep. Sister Bikini? My! I didn't know you were here! How you doing? You don't have to pretend to be in a good mood for my sake. I suppose I've made a terrible mess of things, haven't I? I let Mystic Elise die, and there's Iris as well. Mystic Elise? Now that I think about it... Oh, hey, Thomas. There's another streamer you haven't seen in a while. I mean, that's cool. You don't have to tell me you're moving to a different one. But anyway... There's an acolyte stuck at the Inner Temple. And that poor little girl has gone missing, too. That little girl? You don't mean Pearls, do you? Yes, I'm afraid I do! She hasn't been seen since the morning after the incident. Pearls, she's missing. Why didn't anyone tell me about this? Yeah, I don't know. There's a good chance that Pearl actually isn't over there. I'm kind of hoping that's the case, and I hope she has some information about this. But how about some more info? Some Iris. I must be getting old. I think I've seriously lost faith in myself. Are you talking about your performance at the trial today? You believe me, don't you? I'm not a liar. I would never lie. I know what I saw. I saw Iris pull that sword from Mystic Elise's body that night. I'm certain of it. At least, I was until this morning. I don't see any psych locks, so she must be telling the truth. I mean, you didn't ask any questions to her, and she is only saying I don't know. I guess you're true on that part, but whatever. So why are you so unsure of yourself all of a sudden? You know that artist who testified after me? I saw Iris flying, a white hood fluttering. I felt like I might start flying myself. And I saw that man testify so fervently about something so impossible. I started to wonder if I had acted just like him when I was on the witness stand. I wouldn't take that guy too seriously. Do not set yourself at the barometer of the butts. Seriously, it's not good. He's an artist, but all he draws is trouble. And nothing else. If both Bikini and Larry are telling the truth, that can only mean one thing. They both didn't see what they think they saw. That's interesting. An odd theory. So, how would there have been some kind of an illusion that would have shown someone flying over a bridge? Or somebody being stabbed in the back or having a sword being pulled out? I guess evidence will eventually figure that out, but... Inner Temple? On the night of the incident, you met Iris at the Inner Temple. Is that correct? That's right. I'm sure it was Iris. But Iris claims she was in her room in Hazakura Temple. I knew I shouldn't have come back here that night. But because you did, Maya is stuck all by herself at the Inner Temple. I am so sorry. The drafts in that place are nothing to shake a stick at. Winter's especially bad. I'll bet. Trading Hall looks like it's about to fall down any second. Eagle Mountain has always been prone to earthquakes, just so you know. The earthquakes? Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if the next big one levels the trading hall. We've got to get Maya out of there, fast! But still, there's really no need to worry. That area on the other side of Dusky Bridge is isolated like an island. It's like an island? How so? Well, the only thing on that side of the bridge is the Inner Temple. No one lives out there, and it's surrounded on all sides by the river or the forest. I see. So a criminal would be trapped... a criminal would be trapped should they choose to flee in that direction. And as long as the bridge is out of commission, he or she will have to stay there. Are you calling Maya a criminal? That means Maya could be stuck out there with a murderer, and with no way of escape either. Oh, dear! Yes, I suppose it does! Please, Gumshoe, get that bridge up faster! We need our medium back! I'm curious about a few things, if you don't mind answering some questions. Oh, do you need to know my measurements for your investigation or something? No, please, stop flattering yourself. No. I want to know a little more about the victim, Miss Elise Donim. I'm afraid I don't know her waist size, or her bust size for that matter. I don't need that info! No. I'm wondering why she came to stay in a place like this to begin with. I mean, she told us herself that she wasn't here for spiritual training. My. You make it sound like this place is some sort of dump, Mr. Wright. Mystic Elise was here to soak up the natural beauty of Eagle Mountain, if you must know. There. You did it again. Sister Bikini, I noticed you always refer to Miss Donim as Mystic Elise. Oh? Yes. Now, why is that? After all, she's not here as an acolyte. We address all our visitors as Mystic. It makes their experience feel authentic. And anyway, she's older than me. You must respect your elders, you know. How do you know that? How can you say for sure that she's older than you? Little bit of info we don't know about? Yep. For God's sakes. Seems Miss Elise Denim was no ordinary visitor after all. And there's Pearls. She was with Miss Denim on the evening of the murder, and now she's vanished. It's all gotta be connected somehow. Trying to hide some shit, huh? Well, why did Pearls have to get mixed up in this mess? Please, Mr. Wright, I know you're worried, but try to keep it together. You don't look like you're keeping it together yourself. Oh, man. My head's throbbing so bad, it's killing me. Pearls? She was with Mr. and him on the night of the murder, remember? Yes, but I have a temple to run, you know. I was busy preparing for the training. I didn't see the little darling even once after we'd finished eating dinner. The murder. It didn't take place right in front of her innocent eyes, did it? If it did, then she's going to be one grisly little girl. According to the detective, she hasn't turned up at her home either. Come on. Keep calm. There's one place left where Pearls could be. She just has to be there. Come on, Gumshoe. Tell me you'll be done with the repairs soon. We'll see. Well, I suppose we could try to present some stuff real quick, just to see if maybe she'll help out. Yeah, the orb? This crystal sphere. It's not from a demon warding hood, but I would guess it serves a similar purpose. If it's not from a hood, then I guess it really is from Mr. Nim's staff. Look at the blood on it. Oh, poor Mystic Elise. Alright, what about this thingy? I was wondering about this. Let me see. Well, as you may know, in order to see reality for what it truly is, we strive to break our... I think we've already said this line. You immaterial girl. No. I was wondering about this. I have no idea. I'm gonna make outdated references. Oh, there we go. Honestly, it's like the end of the world. That's not a good thing, that's for sure. To think people have the gall to call this kind of scribbling by the name of art. Oh, okay, I get you. Huh? That's the sort of standard you need for the arts these days. I could be a pop diva. Sure. But what about the contents of the picture? What do you make of that? It's definitely the end of the world. Okay. What about this crime photo? Nothing about that? No. What about the staff? You know anything about the staff? Oh, it's Mystic Elise's staff. The crystal sphere really is missing from it. But the sphere was found near Dusky Bridge, right? Yes, even though I'm sure Mystic Elise was in Harzakura Temple the entire evening. Shishido? Maybe my eyes were playing tricks on me. I mean, Iris could never do such a wicked thing. But they proved it in court today, didn't they? That this sword wasn't the murder weapon? That's what they were saying, yeah. Problem is, I saw it too. Well, you didn't see the moment it happened. I'm sure that what I saw was the blade stabbed into Mr. Nim's body. Doesn't prove anything. About this photograph, I want to make a Nickelback reference, but I will abstain. Oh, yes, those are snowmobile tracks, all right. I'd know them anywhere. But there's only one set, which means the rider went out while it was still snowing and came back after it had stopped. That's really the only logical explanation, I suppose. Unless this snowmobile somehow has a flying function. Did we look into that? Meh. Okay, nothing about this. Temple map probably doesn't give me anything, no. We've already addressed this. Okay, what about the hood? You know anything about the hood? Well, that's a Demon Warden hood. Acolytes are highly susceptible to possession by evil spirits, you know. That's why we always wear these for protection. Iris gave this to me on the night of the murder. But then I went and fell into the river and got this nasty fever. I thought maybe if I were to wear this hood, it'd make my fever go down faster. I don't think so. Colds and spirit powers have nothing to do with each other. Nope. One of them is mysticism. The other one is awful parasites. Way to crush a man's hope. Nope. I guess we'll look at this again. About this picture. Boy, you got a very thick layer of makeup on this for this little situation. Like, does she have eyeshadow? I think she does. Oh, that old thing. I always turned those reporter types away in the past. But Iris was so insistent this time. Iris? Oh, yes, Iris loves to be the center of attention, you know. Yeah, I know about that. Really? I find that kind of hard to believe. No, I can see it. Okay, nothing about the photo of Elise. What about the hanging scroll? Can we ask about that? Huh? Ah, well. Would you look what you found? That's the master of the Karain channeling technique. Misty Faye. So this woman is Maya's mother, huh? It's been nearly 20 years since Misty disappeared. Apparently she intended to pass the torch on to her daughter. Her daughter? Don't you know who her daughter is? Well, I myself am part of a branch family of the Fae clan. But even I am not privy to that kind of information when it concerns the main family. Bikini doesn't seem to know Maya's standing within the Fae family. Meh. Guess we will see. That's all I wonder if any profiles would work. Yeah, what do you think about Miles? You must be very happy to have such a fine mentor. Mentor? No, he's just a friend. Oh, you naughty devil. Always the joker, aren't you? Ah, he seemed like a lovely young man. Like the kind you can always count on. Yeah. It's kind of depressing how much faith she has in him. What about this lawyer? You certainly have some unusual friends, don't you, Mr. Wright? That's an understatement. Friends! That fancy-pantsy painter is one thing, but whipping the judge is just bad form. Well, do you think you could go drill that into her head for me, please? And get whipped yourself? What a disgraceful young man! You've finally seen through him, huh? How could he sit there and claim he really saw what he drew in the picture? Although the portrait he did of me was rather flattering, I must say. Still, it's not like Larry to make something up that might get a woman he likes in trouble. There's more to that sketch of his than meets the eye, I'm sure of it. More about the Iris Center? Please tell me, what's going to happen to poor Iris? If she was to be found guilty, I wouldn't accept it. It doesn't really matter if you accept it, ma'am. Unfortunately, the court is all-seeing, all-knowing, and all-powerful. But your testimony, Sister Bikini... I can't help my testimony. I saw what I saw. It's up to a pro-lawyer like you to deal with problems like that. We'll see. Again, I'm teetering on just whether or not she is innocent or guilty in all this crap. Like, there's a part of me that believes that she's doing this for the sake of maybe getting the entire other bloodline of Fae out of the picture. For the sake of maybe her becoming the Acolyte or some crap. Anyway, done him. How can I ever make up for this? Make up for what? For allowing harm to come to such an important person. So I was right. Mr. Nim wasn't just any old visitor here. Yep. It's all my fault, isn't it? It's all my achy back's fault. Now Mr. Cadiz is dead, and an Acolyte is trapped inside the inner temple. That poor little girl has gone missing, too. Missing? I hope that's all it is. Oh dear, I've got to train to withstand more pain, don't I? Meow. What do you think of Gumshoe? I was wondering about this. Nope. I ain't talking about that loaf. You have not seen Godo, so... Alright. Well, I'm gonna guilt trip you some more and show you Pearl. Oh, dear. I wonder where on earth this little girl has wandered off to. She's nowhere near the main hall, that's for sure. First I lost Maya, and now Pearls. How much more pain is this case gonna cause me? Not to mention this fever is giving me a killer migraine. Mia! Nope, nothing. Okay, what about Maya? She's a very important visitor, you know. An honored acolyte. She is? Do you know her or something? The Fae name is synonymous with the Kirain channeling technique. And therefore, she must be a spirit medium of great power indeed. Looks like Bikini is in the dark. She doesn't seem to know that Maya is the daughter of the master of Kirain. Yeah, she might. But she might be playing dumb. I don't know. So, I really doubt that we're going to just see some really sharp thing that could potentially be a sword in here. Yeah, nothing looks different. We got our info. I think we can move out to... Oh, yeah, the courtyard. And the body... Yeah, the body ain't there. Blood all over. This is where Sister Bikini witnessed the incident. It's hard to imagine she was lying on the stand, so... Maybe there are some clues that have yet to be found. Alright. I could possibly examine more stuff. Is there some blue shit just hanging out directly on the statue? Shishishito. It's there in Mystic Amy's right hand. But it was proven in court today that it wasn't the murder weapon. Given the design, it must have been used for some pretty gruesome things in the past. Meh. Stabbing up to the first spike. They get quite a bit of snow up here on Eagle Mountain. Around here, skis aren't just for fun. They're tools for getting around. But the sled. Now, that's got to be for Bikini's own personal entertainment. Probably. So, ladder. The main gate on the other side of that stone wall. The difference in elevation is almost 10 feet. That's how steep the hillside is. And that's also the height the body fell from, according to the autopsy. Is it possible that Miss Dunim was pushed from the top of the wall? Maybe. Okay. Anything buried in the snow? I don't know. Is this... Okay, that's just the shop. Yeah, okay, here's this thing. You know, I suppose this could be used as a murder weapon. It's... Okay, well, no. There's no blood on it. Damn it. Miss Dunim's staff. I definitely remember there being a crystal sphere attached to the staff. I guess Larry eventually found the sphere near the foot of Dusky Bridge, but what was it doing all the way out there? I don't know. What's this thing? There are a few other of these snow lanterns scattered around in this courtyard. Without the city glare to compete with, I imagine they would seem a lot brighter. I guess Sister Bikini must light them now, since Iris can't be here. That's a shame. There's this sort of castle-y thing over in the distance that we haven't taken a look at. Yeah, I'm not really... Can I look up here? Okay, that building up there is the main hall. It was where we were staying. It's kind of funny because it was built on a very steep slope. If you enter from the main gate side, these rooms above me are on the ground floor. Apparently Mr. Nim was staying in the corner room. I guess that's where she was pushed from that night. Perhaps. That's kind of the end of it. I don't think there's anything else here that I can examine. Yeah. I've looked at everything. Damn it. Oh, what the hell? What was that jarring, inconsiderably loud yell?
So this is where you've been? Keeping nice and warm, I see.
Detective, have you...
The bridge? Yeah, I did. I told you I'd let you know.
Oh, well. Then I'll come along with you and...
Sorry, ma'am. No unauthorized entry. Access is restricted to people involved in the case.
What was that? I'm involved, aren't I? You couldn't get much more involved than me.
Well, yeah, but that's not what... Oh, good.
Oh, get the fuck out. It's been a while, Scruffy.
It's...
And he's down. Sister, please leave the investigation to me. My. Well, you certainly seem to have everything under control. I'm on your side. I won't do anything you don't want me to do. As you work to pin the guilt on Iris. What are you daydreaming about, Phoenix Wright? Ow! That hurts, you know. Silence. I, Francisco von Kama, will personally guide you through your investigation. So you will follow me. She's not seriously going to follow me around, is she? That is some cheap shit. Ah, great. Can anything to say to that crap? No? Okay, you're hidden. Oh, fine. Lovely. So I have a tiny bit of a stalker now. Alright, let's head to the suspension bridge then. How did you fix it? What the hell? Is that a gigantic plank, or... How did he fix it? Oh, yeah, it looks like he just draped a plank over some ropes. That thing looks like it's ready to collapse. At least more than it did before. According to Bikini, Eagles Mountain is very prone to earthquakes. Which reminds me. If my memory serves correct, great. Oh, good. I'm sick, and I'm gonna try and move across the bridge. Are you serious? Oh, well. February 9th, Inner Temple Gate. Things have certainly become a lot more hectic than before. They must have commenced with the investigation. Oh, Mr. Nick! That voice! Pearls! Mr. Nick! Mr. Nick! Oh, thank God. So you were here ever since that night? I was so lonely, I thought I was gonna die. When I woke up in the morning and saw that Dusky Bridge was gone, I realized I was all alone. She was... Wait, what? Is Maya nowhere to be found anywhere here? Okay, what is it? It must have been very trying for you, little girl. I am Francisca von Kama, the prodigy. I'm a prodigy, young child. I'm way bigger than you. Way bigger than anyone. Yeah, it's like, way to flaunt your ego in front of, like, what, an 8-year-old? There's no need to worry now that I'm here. You're the prosecutor who was so mean to Mystic Maya last year. Well, I don't like you. You're nothing but a little girl without your whip. Okay, you gonna whip a little girl, huh? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, give it your best shot. I'm arresting you on the spot, though. Mystic Maya didn't do anything wrong, but you were so mean. I'll never forgive you. Yeah, you can't whip a little girl, huh? There we go. There's her weakness. Looks like Pearl's words are getting under her skin. Yeah! Why are you whipping me? I didn't even say anything. You didn't have to. The smile on your lips gave you away. Anyway, Pearls, weren't you with Maya? I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Huh? What are you talking about, Pearls? Mystic Maya! Oh, don't run away, please. Dang, wait, Pearls! She just ran off. Ow! That was cruel, Phoenix Wright. To make a little girl cry like that is inexcusable. Please. What was that all about? Pearl's acting like that? It's giving me the creeps. I guess I better take another look around since I finally got a chance. Especially since something about this place seems different from 2 days earlier. Well, let's start off from, bushes are fine. We could look at the bridge again. It's a dusky bridge from here. It's an unusually long bridge, isn't it? I would say it's about 20 yards. I guess the gorge is too wide to cross with a piece of rope or wire, huh? Oh, yeah, sorry. Wrong voice. Therefore, no one has crossed the gorge in either direction since the night of the murder. A simple yet sound deduction, wouldn't you say, Phoenix Wright? Here. Statues. Look at all the Buddha statues lined up along the path. Phoenix Wright, do you think this is how many siblings the head nun has? I don't know. Why don't you ask her the next time you see her? You know what? I think I will. And she'll probably slap you for prying into her private affairs. Okay, so I noticed that this thing was used. There's a weird smell coming from the incinerator. The door is also open, almost like it's begging me to look inside. Well, well, let's see what stunning clue is concealed in here, shall we? Huh? It's empty. Well, yeah, that's what an incinerator does. It burns things, so there's nothing in it. How naive of you, Phoenix Wright. But it's a bit strange, don't you think? Franziska von Karma? I seem to remember... It was closed. There was snow on this incinerator the first time I saw it. In other words, someone's been using it to burn something recently. Listen, Phoenix Wright, it's impertinent to call people by their full name. I was only copying you. Peter. So that's that stuff. What do we have in here, huh? Nothing looks different. Oh, wait, was that gate open before? There's a little gate that leads into the garden. It says no entry on the sign, though. Come on, Phoenix Wright, what are you doing? Let's go in. It's half open anyway. What harm could come of it? But it says no entry. No signs can stop me. I can forge evidence. I'm not going to stand by a sign. Don't you Americans enjoy doing whatever you like and then simply say whatever? Yes. It's got nothing to do with anything. And who told you that? Yeah, I suppose we could go through there. There's the gate. This must be the door that leads to the inner temple, where Maya Fey was training on the night of the murder. Yes, there's a solitary room that's called the training hall. You could do with some training yourself, Phoenix Wright. Down! You're completely out of shape. Yeah. I don't know how much more of this woman I could take. There's that. Garden doesn't seem to have anything going on for it. Guess I could read this again. The sign says Inner Temple. I don't know how you're reading it, but it's incomprehensible to me. Actually, I can't read it either. Feigning comprehension isn't a very good habit to have, Phoenix Wright. She looks really happy to have finally caught me on something. Well, wah for you. What is this thing? Oh, okay, just the gate. Never mind. Skip. Nope. Nothing happened. Okay. I think we have to face the music and actually move places now. Oh, yep. Training hall. And now it's locked off. With something that looks oddly like a psych lock, actually. February 9th, Inner Temple Training Hall. Is that vomit all over the freaking tapestry over there? Nah, it's clearly not. But... What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? Maya. She was supposed to be in here, training. Yet it appears she's nowhere to be seen. What's that? That strange lock. It wasn't there 2 days ago. This whole room is really giving off some strange vibes. Yep, hauntings. Alright, so let's take a look at the lock first. This door. When I was here 2 days ago, that weird lock wasn't on it. Those chains. It's almost as if they're guarding something inside the cavern. I've never seen a lock quite like this before. I have. I've seen locks and chains just like this before. They look just like the ones that guard the person's secrets during a psych lock. I wonder if this lock is guarding something too. Dark secrets in a dark cavern. There's that. Can we take a look at this, see if there's anything in it? It's an antique dresser. Don't you dare open it, Phoenix Wright. Why? What do you know about it? Now I know how Maya feels when I tell her not to touch things. What a pity. It's full of nothing but old clothes for the acolytes. I thought we weren't opening it. I'm from the prosecutor's office. I can do anything. Yeah, you can do anything, except stand up to a 9-year-old girl. Yeah, again, there's more troubling connotations if you decide to do said thing. So, yeah, this. What do you think this yellowish poster is, Phoenix Wright? It's a scroll, not a poster. It's a picture of a woman who's actually... woman? I don't see any woman here. There's a different atmosphere in this room since the last time I was here. No. It's not a different atmosphere. It's a different smell. It's gravy! Sure. Last night's dinner. Vomited all over. What's the matter? This scroll. It's been completely covered in gravy. Ah, yes. There's a very appetizing smell in the air. But gravy is a type of sauce. So when you run out of paint, you Americans use gravy as a substitute, I see. No! Although that would be awesome. I would love to have some kind of an edible house that is covered in just edibles, but... Actually, no, that would rot really quickly. Never mind. No! No one does that! For starters, it stinks! This must be the gravy that we had with the roast on the night of the incident. But why would anyone do this? Why this scroll? Is this what Pearl was worried about? Did she somehow spill her gravy on the scroll somehow? How'd she even get it out here? What took you so long? Ooh. I thought even you'd manage to get here faster than this. Whoa! Hey, Godo! How you doing?
Mr. Triad.
Prosecutor Godo! I didn't know you were here. Prosecutor? How come you didn't show up at the trial today?
I could ask you the exact same question.
Huh? But I had a cold, so...
I had something slightly more important than a common cold to deal with. The importance of which is something you have no hope of ever understanding.
Enough! I believe I have the measure of you. You are the very worst kind of prosecutor. What could be more important than a trial? Huh?
Who's the wild mare, Triad?
This is Miss Von Karma. She was the acting prosecutor in your absence today.
Well, I guess I owe you one then. But you can go now, Princess. It's time for the big boys to take the reins.
Just who do you think you are? This case is my...
Hey, Philly. Know your role and shut your mouth. I can't stand women like you. I'm only gonna say this once. Lady Von Wippenberg, go home.
Phoenix Wright! Why did you whip me? Whip him! What are you hitting me for?
You deserve more craps of the whip than that, Triad.
What?
You still don't get it, do you? You don't realize that you've set something in motion that you'll never be able to undo.
There's something different about Godo today. I'm getting such a strong sense of something from behind that mask of his. Is it anger? Or is it sorrow? Yeah, well, I guess we could ask him questions. Why didn't you show, asshole? You had some important business, and that's why you weren't in court, huh? So, what was it?
I've told you once before, but perhaps you don't remember. I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. You see, Triad, I've experienced something most have not. Death.
You died?
Of course. Being extradited from hell is a tedious affair. The meticulous regeneration and adjustment of all your internal organs is, well, Let's just say modern medicine allows us all to live to a ripe old age.
You are a strange one, that's for sure. Okay, so your theory is that somehow you died, and then... Is this like sort of the Lazarus Project in Mass Effect 2? It's just like reconfiguring somebody together like with machine parts. Except, unfortunately, his eyes didn't make it.
Even someone like me.
So, you mean that mask you wear is...
This ugly device? I promise it's not a fashion statement, my unenlightened friend. Without this, I can't see your frequently dumbfounded face.
I didn't know. So he's Geordie LaForge. Yes!
My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. Still, I keep this worn-out piece of junk of a body going with regular servicing.
Servicing that involves a lot of cocoa... No, not cocoa beans. Coffee beans. Right. Jeopardy herb. Maybe some cocoa beans? I don't know. Does he like his coffee black, or does he enjoy a mocha as well? Who knows? I'm sorry, but you say you experienced death. How is that possible? What happened?
Why don't you ask him?
Me?
Yeah, Trad, you. You should know all about it. You know when my life ended, and who ended it for me.
Well, Phoenix Wright, do you? I don't know what he's talking about. Although, to be honest, I do feel a little tug at the corner of my memory. I think I do know about how Godo was killed.
It'll all become clear in due time. Isn't that right, Trad?
Can't undo. Earlier you said I've done something I can never undo. What did you mean by that exactly?
The inner temple here, on this side of Dusky Bridge, is an isolated island.
That's what Sister Bikini said too.
And I wonder, Trad, do you know what the police are doing here today?
What do you mean?
They're searching. Searching for any trace of an acolyte who went missing.
Missing?
As leader of the search party, I can tell you this with absolute certainty. Maya Fey is not on this side of Dusky Bridge.
Huh? But that's impossible! She came here that night and...
I won't say it again. The chances of her being here are nil. Excluding, of course, one very unique place.
One? Where is that?
The Sacred Cavern, the entrance of which we are now standing at right now. This is the only place that the search party has yet to explore.
So they haven't searched that cavern yet, huh?
Be aware, though, that the temperature inside frequently falls below freezing. Even if she were in there, chances of her being found alive are slim at best.
No!
Which means, Tride, that you sent Maya Fey to her death.
You fool! If that's the situation, why aren't you in there with a search party right now?
You must have blinders on, my equestrian angel, Deputy Ho. Don't you see this big lock and chains? It's a trick lock. I'm making preparations to open it as we speak. Well, Trad, once again, a woman dies because of you.
Once again? What are you talking about?
Don't tell me you've forgotten. It was only 2 years ago, after all, when the last unfortunate woman died because of you.
Because of me?
And do you know who that was? It was Maya Fey's sister. That's right, Mia Fey.
Mia!
You killed her.
No, that's not how it was!
It was 2 years ago. Mia Fey was pursuing someone, a man. But she bit off more than she could chew. She made a very dangerous enemy.
Yeah, that's one case I'll never forget.
But I got that guy. personally.
Oh, wait, sorry, wrong voice. But I got that guy, personally. Son of a bitch.
Sure, Miss Faye's murderer was caught, but that won't bring her back.
Well, no, but...
You was with her at that time. You and no one else. It was your responsibility. You should have protected her.
Hello, Thomas. How you doing? Seriously, that's a whole lot of shit to be pouring on me, like not having any idea that there was going to be a murder happening. It's almost like he thinks that I'm a psychic. Like, oh, holy shit, my mentor is going to die in about 2 hours. Need to go find her. No.
You say Mia Faye was your teacher. Well then, I'd say you've learned nothing, Tribble. You robbed her of her life, and now you've let her sister suffer the same fate.
I haven't sentenced Maya to death. No. Trick lock. This seems very innocuous after talking about that, but what is this peculiar looking lock? Why don't we just break it open? It'll be a simple matter of...
I'm afraid we can't do that. This area has always been prone to earthquakes. The repeated tremors have weakened the foundations of the training hall. Any excessive force used to break the lock open would... Well, let's just say the inner temple and the sacred cavern would be a thing of the past.
Yes, Thomas. I see. I see you've hopped over to Mixer so that you have a much more quicker chat. You know, not the 10-second delay between me and chat. So, hello! Enjoy the punch. Very well! Then dare I suggest the obvious solution of opening it with the key.
Sure. Just show me where the keyhole is on this trick lock.
There's no keyhole!
That's right. An interesting puzzle, huh? The person who set this lock is the only one who can open it.
Then who was it?
Simple. The accused.
What? Iris.
When an acolyte undergoes training inside the sacred cavern, the attendant sister is responsible for locking the entrance. Obviously, the night of the murder was no exception. My Faye was to train there.
Totally didn't want to have a conversation with myself. I do it all the time, though. Sister Bikini did mention it a number of times, now that I think about it. She said that Iris was left in charge of supervising the early stages of training.
So Iris, the accused, is the only one who can open this lock. I've arranged for her to be brought here now.
Iris is the only person who can open this lock? I hope she gets here soon. Hang on in there, Maya. We'll get you out.
So, I should be getting back to work.
Wait, Godo! How sure about Maya are you?
There's no doubt in my mind. She's in the sacred cavern somewhere. It's the only place she could be.
Unless there's some trixies where she didn't end up in the cavern in the first place. I hope that's the case.
You better stop praying. You better pray that friend of yours...
Excuse me. It's hard to do the deepest, raspiest voice I could possibly do. Water. Anyway.
You better pray that friend of yours brings the accused back here soon.
Edgeworth?
Listen up, Tride. There's only one thing I want to say to you before I go. I'll never accept you. Never.
What a happy guy. You should choose your friends more carefully, Phoenix Wright. That's what everyone says. It looks like I don't have much of a choice. I guess I'll just have to do what I can for now. Great. So, that lock. Wonder how we're going to be breaking that. Nope. Question marks? I don't know. Should I or shouldn't? Who? Sounds like someone's talking to himself, but where's that coming from? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I guess I better wash that off. Yeah, that's what I'll do. No, but I can't do that. I'm a detective. Oh, my brain. This is driving me nuts.
Is something troubling you, Scruffy?
Please don't whip me like that all of a sudden, sir.
It was merely a simple greeting, a friendly tap on the shoulder. With my whip. That's not friendly. So, what's up, Gumshoe? Is something on your mind?
How'd you know, pal?
I mean, I would say I can read you like a book, but it's more like a picture book, and all of the pictures on the inside of the book have fallen out of the book and are lying on the ground. It's pretty easy. Perhaps you were trying to decide if you wanted to wash that off or not.
How did you know, sir? Oh, yeah, I nearly forgot. You can't go through that little gate there, okay?
Why? You mean the one that says no entry on it?
I, kinda already snuck in there.
Is he trying to be clever or something? So, what's behind there, Scruffy?
Kinda garden-like. Garden?
Garden?
Yeah, anyway, it's under investigation right now, so keep out. I'm not telling you, I'm asking you, pal. You got me?
Isn't it normal? Isn't the, oh, God. Sorry, indigestion. I just recently had dinner, and it was a large dinner. Isn't it normally the other way around?
Well, see you later.
So, shall we adjourn to this garden, Phoenix Wright? Of course, what else would we do? I really want to know what Gumshoe was thinking of washing off. And maybe it's something in the garden. Yep. So what's this all? What the heck is that? Okay, Maya spelled upside down in blood. What? How? Oh, God. When was the last time I played Enter the Gungeon? Quite a while ago. I don't know. I think the last time I played Enter the Gungeon, I did it co-op with a buddy of mine. It's been a long time. I have been playing a lot of Dead Cells lately, which is a roguelike, which is sort of a Metroidvania. I don't know. That's what's currently got my blood pumping right now. But anyway, there's a strange feeling in the air. I wonder what it is. I don't know. Maybe the blood on the wall. Strange feeling? Forget about that! What's that strange writing on the stone lantern?
Darn it! What are you doing here, sir? I thought I said you can't come in here!
Don't you know, Scruffy, Von Karma will always show up wherever there's a clue. And there are plenty of clues to be found here.
But...
Yep. Oh yeah, that was fast. Again, it's like half a second of delay. I've done test. And that's why I have the option up. Because it's a lot more convenient just to talk back and forth. So, how's the Intertemple investigation going?
We have the best forensic team in the world working the place.
Forensic team? And what was the outcome of this scientific study?
Nothing. Scientifically speaking, this place is as clean as a whistle.
Really? Clean as a whistle, huh? That's simply not good enough, Scruffy. Do you think I'll let you get away with that?
Uh-oh. Well, there were a couple of things that bothered me when I first got here, sir.
That stone lantern and the surrounding area that's not covered in snow, correct?
They look kind of fishy to me, you know, scientifically speaking. So I got the lab boys to look them over. The results were... it's kind of hard to say, actually.
I guess I better look into them myself. Anything about Maya? About Maya?
Oh, did Mr. Godo tell you yet?
Yes, we heard.
He's got a search party out looking for her, but there's nowhere else she could have disappeared to on the side of Dusky Bridge. All we can do is wait for Mr. Edgeworth to get here, pal.
Edgeworth?
He's escorting Iris, the defendant over here.
We'll have to wait, since she's the only one who can open the door to the sacred cabin.
Oh, I think Mr. Edgeworth wants to talk to you about something too, pal.
He's probably got an idea of what's happening. Usually, if he needs to tell me something, he's got something important. Or at least since we've become buddies. Not, like, official ones, but, you know. Huh? I wonder what it is.
Just don't be expecting any good news when you talk to him. When I spoke to him, Mr. Edgeworth sounded so down I felt like I was drowning.
Sounds pleasant. Great. So I guess now it's time to investigate. Well, yeah, let's just the elephant in the room. What the heck is that?
Uh-oh. You spotted it, huh, pal?
Are you kidding me? It couldn't be more obvious. It says Maya.
Yeah. And before you ask, it's written in blood.
You will answer all our questions now, Scruffy, without exception.
Yes, sir.
All right, I guess now I could probably check that. What is this thing? This looks like a candy bar. Oh, no, it's definitely not a candy bar. That's a charm or something poking out from the snow. It looks pretty old. There's a leather cord tied to it, too.
Apparently it belongs to the victim.
To Miss Elise Donim?
Yeah, there was a broken leather cord around the lady's neck. The ends of the cord found on both the victim and this charm match exactly.
Sounds to me like this little trinket is going to be my ticket to getting some very big answers. Nice. So, wait a minute. Holy shit. Was Mr. Nim killed over here and then somehow catapulted to the other side and then somebody put her on the snowmobile and drove her? Oh my god. This is so this is stupid. It'll all fit together soon, I'm sure. This is just getting cartoonish. Like this feels like some horrible Bugs Bunny cartoon that I want to wake up from. Well, this is odd. There's no snow on the ground here. And it's an almost perfect rectangle. It couldn't have happened naturally. Yes, it appears as though someone had carefully cleared away the snow. No doubt it was you.
No, it wasn't me, sir. It was already like that when my men and I got here to start the investigation.
If it wasn't the police, then who did it?
Oh, yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Just between the three of us, okay?
What is it?
It's top secret. You can't tell anyone. Got it?
Understood.
Well, when I was a kid, I got knocked out of the local wrestling contest, you see. I was so disappointed, I just picked up my mouth guard and cried all the way home. Man, I got in so much trouble when I left it on the couch.
Is that it?
That's it.
Whoever cleared the snow, I must have had a reading. We're just moving right past that stupid shit. Although I can't even begin to imagine what the reason could be. Alright, I see a broom sitting here. Oh, whoops. Wait, can I even look at the broom? No. No, I did. Oh, well, wait, there. Oh, okay, we're looking at torches, I guess. There are a couple of torches here. I guess you need all the light you can get up here in the mountains.
Yeah, I was looking at those things, pal. It looks like they've been lit pretty recently.
Recently? How recent are we talking about?
As recent as the night of the murder.
Maya was training here on the night of the murder. It's not unreasonable to think these things were lit up at the time, I guess. Kind of want to take a look at the waterworks here. Like, you know, these things. Oh, wait. A little is this waterworks? Sort of looks like waterworks. A little lantern, a little statue. It is certainly a quaint little garden. Oh! What is this huge bowl here for?
No, I know this one. It's it's a water boil, isn't it?
Everything else is completely frozen over, but the ice in this bowl has been broken. That's true. I wonder if this has any impact on the case.
Well,
Hello, Mario.
I doused my face earlier with the water in this. I was getting kind of sleepy.
Good. Next time you're sleepy, you need only come to me. Got it? That whip is very effective for that, that's for sure. You missed the first parts of the investigation here. We've discovered that Maya could potentially be trapped behind a spirit lock, I guess. Which is strange, because I've never seen it in the real world before. I think that's everything here. Alright. So I guess now we can talk with you. Get the bloody writing. Why did you leave that out? Maya. So these letters are written in blood?
Yeah. What's worse, it's the victim's blood.
Again? How did this shit happen? How did the blood get here? How did the victim get... Oh, alright, see you later, Thomas, in the mixer chat. How did she get launched across the mountain things and then put on the snowmobile? We'll figure it out, but what the hell? This is Mr. Nim's blood.
We haven't done a detailed analysis yet, but it's looking that way, pal.
Most interesting. Phoenix Wright, I presume you know, don't you? Why Maya's name is written upside down? No, I don't. I'm... artistic expression?
You know what? That was really bothering me too. But I just came up with the answer, the result of my own special gumshoe investigation.
Really? Do tell.
Well, on the night of the murder, that stone lantern went us upside down!
Anyway, there's really only one line. I love how we're all just walking directly past all of Gumshoe's craziness. Just being like, what did he just say? Oh, screw it. I don't... Anyway, there's really only one logical explanation to this mystery. Miss Elise Donim wrote these letters herself in her own blood. You must be joking! That's impossible!
From the writing in the victim's blood and the other clues left behind, it seems pretty likely that this garden was the scene of Miss Elise Donim's murder. At least that's our current theory on how the events took place, pal.
What? I mean, it makes sense. So, Mr. Nim was killed here?
However you want to look at it, that's what people are saying now.
But then, what Sister Bikini saw in the courtyard at the main temple was... Well, what was it? If that wasn't the scene of the crime, what did she see?
What do you think, Miss Von Carver?
Surely a special Gumshoe investigation would reveal the answer, no?
But wait a sec, the bloody writing and all the other clues here...
Wait, was that the wrong voice? I don't even know. Someone could have easily set all that up after the murder, right? Yeah.
Sorry, that's not an option, pal.
Why not? How quickly you forget, Phoenix Wright. Ever since the incident occurred, this place has been completely inaccessible. What are my theories on this case so far? Well, I mean, again, let's go through the list of events here. Somehow Donim was killed here. Somehow she was jettisoned and catapulted to the opposite side of this place. Somebody picked her up onto the snowmobile, drove her back, put her in the courtyard, stabbed her with the Shishido, and I guess if what Bikini said was true, I guess Iris was trying to pull the sword out, and then she saw that and thought she did it. That's all I got. I don't know. Because Dusky Bridge was completely burned out. Yep.
I was overseeing repairs to the bridge the whole time. No one came over here before me and my men. Which means no one could have planted all this stuff here, pal.
I can't think of a counter-argument to that. What do I think of Iris? Well, I feel like maybe she didn't do it. I'd like to see her not do it. I'll see.
I knew it. I should have washed the blood off the lantern as soon as I got here.
If this really was the scene of the crime, then I need to figure out exactly what it was that Bikini actually saw. Alright, so now we're going back to have a conversation with Bikini then? That's what I'm guessing. Alright. Oh, we're gonna have to cross the bridge again. Woohoo! Alright, we're alright. Everyone's fine. Okay. Main hall. February 9th, Hazakura Temple main gate. It seems you have a visitor. Oh, hi. How are you? Okay. Yeah, you're here. Mr. Wright! Iris! I'm really glad to see you.
Godo managed to mobilize the police by claiming a state of emergency.
Not him again. Never mind that. We gotta hurry and unlock the secret cavern. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. It's my fault someone so important to you is locked in there. Mr. Edgeworth, can we finish our conversation later?
All right. Let's hurry to the inner temple then. I'll see you later, Wright?
Hold it. Whoa. Wait, Edgeworth! I'm coming with you guys.
Sorry, Wright. I can't allow you to come with us.
What?
I hate to be the one to break it to you, but Maya Fey is in a rather delicate position.
What do you mean by a delicate position?
This isn't simply a rescue operation, Wright. It's also an investigation. That being the case, we can't allow members of the public to interfere.
Come on, Edgeworth!
If anything happens, you'll be the first to know. Please understand, Wright?
But it's Maya! It's right! All that matters is that Mystic Maya is rescued, correct? Listen to the voice of reason for a change, Phoenix Wright.
From now on, consider anything beyond Dusky Bridge to be off limits. We'll be going now. Excuse us.
Damn it. I mean, I'm a part of this damn investigation, too. Doug! This is no time to be standing around, Phoenix Wright. Aren't there other things that demand your attention?
She's right.
Thanks for reminding me. Yay! So that's off limits. Perfect. At least we got all the information we need. Osgore Temple and Main Hall. Hello, madam. Sister Bikini looks like she's shrunk some since I last saw her. Is that even possible? Don't be so rude, Phoenix Wright. What's wrong, Sister Bikini? My, hello, you two. How are you doing? From the sounds of that sigh, I guess she's still pretty down. Iris was just here. You know, she was accompanied by that handsome, crimson-clad prince. Is she talking about Edgeworth? Yeah, it was just a courtesy call. I wasn't allowed to talk with her at all. Oh dear, it's all my fault that this has happened. Poor Iris. She was worried about my back, wouldn't you believe? What have I done to her? Only what you had to do, sister. You bravely and truthfully testified about what you saw. There's no shame in that. And we'll see to it that your testimony wasn't made in vain. Well, I don't hear anyone else saying that. That's very true. Mr. Blue Suits doesn't seem to share your opinion, I see. Me. Oh, yes! You did great, Sister Bikini. Absolutely spectacular! You two are the only ones who said that to me! I can't shake the feeling that I just became a shill to a shrew. Do you have a problem, Phoenix, right? Sure, she was brave to testify so truthfully like that, but I know she's still hiding something. Yes, it's time to break that psych lock of hers. Save first. Hopefully this is fairly easy. I imagine it is, but we'll see. Take that. Let's do it. 5 locks. Blood out. Let's figure out who the heck Elise Donim actually is. Sister Bikini, the truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. I'm convinced that Miss Elise Donim had a special significance to this temple. As to why she had a special significance, I believe it has to do with her true identity. She's Mo the Clown! Oh god, I hope not. What on earth are you talking about? She was... Mystic Elise was an author, just an author, of picture books. To be honest, I had my suspicions almost immediately after I met her. Suspicions? Yes, but I didn't have any evidence to support my theory, though. but now I do. This piece of evidence proves Mr. Nim's true identity. Okay. A piece of evidence. Karain Master's talisman, worn by Elise Donim, found in the garden of the Inner Temple. That's interesting. She's Godo. Have we seen them both in the same room at the same time? My badge! No, I'm not gonna be that dumb. Mr. Nim had this charm with her at all times. God, where did you... This isn't some cheap good luck charm either. Then, what do you think it is, Mr. Wright? What could a talisman like that possibly mean? It's a talisman, is it? Interesting. Oops. This thing speaks volumes about who Miss Denim really was. This talisman and one other item unequivocally proves Miss Denim's true identity. Alright, another thing. Staff probably not. I mean, does the crystal sphere have any sort of... Found an out... Okay, has blood in it, came from the victim's staff. You know, it's the close... It's very similar to that of items that this village uses, so I kind of want to think... I want to say that's it. Screw it. Nope, that's not right. Well, you really ought to think about buying one of those charms we sell here, Mr. Wright. Huh? Otherwise, you just might find yourself jumped on by a little old lady on a dark mountain path. What am I doing? This piece of evidence I need to show Bikini is obvious. That's just a plain old good luck charm, so please, give it back. Oh, no, I don't think so. This thing speaks volumes about who Miss Denim really was. This talisman and one other item unequivocally proves Miss Dunham's true identity. What about the talisman proves it's of significance? Alright, well, let's think about this. Worn by Elise Dunim, found in the garden of the Inner Temple. She is wearing that. By that extension, is there a piece of evidence I have that validates something about her? Weather the freaking weather data. The victim's staff. Carried by Elise Denim when she was alive. I mean, it could just be a costume piece. I don't know. That sketch. I really hope that's not it. Crime photo. No. Tracks photo. No. And the hanging scroll. Oh god, I love that. Misty face image is obscured by gravy. Shit. I can only think of one particular thing. Let me check this real quick. I just thought of something. The design on this thing. So we see that it's got, it's got the Magatama symbol on it. Set of dots. Oh, whoopsie. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Damn it. I was onto something. Great. Damn me and my lack of paying attention to what buttons I'm pressing. Alright. Take that! This talisman and one other item unequivocally prove Miss Dunham's true identity. Now, if I look at this hanging scroll again... My god, I think we have found a match! The painting is obscured by this gravy stain at the moment. But this scroll shows the master of the Kirain channeling technique. The crest at the top is a sign of that honorable title. The very same crest that adorns the talisman the victim carried with her. This crest is reserved for the Master of Kirain. Who on earth told you that nonsense? I've got no idea what you're talking about. The new Master, Maya Fey, told me. What? You mean that acolyte is Misty Fey's daughter? Yes. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Yes. In fact, since her eldest daughter passed away, Maya is Misty Fey's sole successor. Mystic Misty! Shit! Wow. That was easy. So, yeah, why were you hiding that information? Why were we hiding frickin' Elise Donim, frickin' Misty Fey? Mystic Elise graced us with her presence about a week ago, when she showed me the talisman with that mark on it. Well, I nearly fainted. No one had seen her since she disappeared 17 years ago, after all. What is the significance of this talisman, sister? The Kirain talisman? It's the symbol of the Master of Kirain. The bearer must carry it with them always until their death. Until their death? So Elise Donim was really Maya's mother, huh? She was Misty Fey, the master of the Kirain channeling technique. The truth comes out at last. It looks like we're making some headway here. Tell me, sister, after 17 years, why did she choose to show herself now? Because something happened that called her out of hiding. What happened? Well, earthquake! What's happening? It can't be. Earthquake! Oh my goodness, the inner temple! This kind of tremor might. The inner temple? The sacred cavern in the trading hall! It might very well cave in! What? Maya! Oh boy. Wanna run? Shouldn't during an earthquake. It seems to have passed. Well, we can't just stand here and do nothing. Let's go! What? Where? To the inner temple, of course. Where else? Sister Bikini, we'll finish this later, alright? Now, of course, you run along now. People may have been hurt. I must get some first aid and kits ready. There. Come on then, Phoenix Wright. They won't bar you from entering as long as I'm with you. Thank you. Right at that moment, I had the worst feeling in my gut. We just had an earthquake. I wonder if he's alright. Edgy! It's like, not even Maya's the first thought. It's to be like, Edgeworth, no! Are you alright? You look worried. Are you thinking about Miles Edgeworth? Come on, let's go. Oh no! Run! Run! There. We've got to hurry to the inner temple and... Right! What are you doing here? How could I have... How do you expect us to understand if you don't speak up? Yeah! Hey, why am I the one getting whipped? She's gone. No! The defendant, Iris, she's gone. Gone where? She fled. She escaped. What? Where and why did she run? So, it was just now, during the... You let her go, didn't you? It's easy to see Edgeworth's one and only weakness. His fear of earthquakes. I should have known better than to escort the defendant alone. As soon as the ground started shaking, everything went dark before my eyes, and I stupidly passed out. That incident haunts you to this day, doesn't it? That's no excuse for letting the suspect get away. I can't believe I let it happen. Right,
The inner temple area is a dead end, so she could have only escaped to this side.
We haven't seen her.
Then we need to get a manhunt underway now, and search Eagle Mountain from top to bottom.
Wait, Edgeworth. Have you thoroughly checked the inner temple yet?
Don't be ridiculous. Why would I? The inner temple is like an island. There's no way to escape but to cross...
No, that's not it. Iris isn't the type of person to run away, Edgeworth.
What are you talking about?
Sister Bikini mentioned something when we were with her. She said that the sacred cavern might have caved in because of the quake. Then you think Iris might have gone to the inner temple to check out the situation? Listen, Edgeworth, I'm sure she's at the inner temple. A manhunt is not necessary.
Right.
Let's not waste any more time. We need to get to the training hall's sacred cavern now.
All right, let's go.
What will we find? Porter, death? A Maya popsicle? Fortunately, the sacred cavern hadn't caved in. But what we found was something none of us could have ever expected. What the hell? How can there be even more locks? What is the meaning of this? Oh, god damn it. Why? And how did you do it? Iris? Iris, please tell me what the hell's going on? If this is revenge for the bullshit that happened involved with Mia, it's not funny. Oh, good. Well, let's see how this works out, huh?
Right? Is this what Godo was talking about?
Yeah. The trick locks.
Now then, Iris, please remove these locks at once.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm afraid I can't. It's not possible for me.
What?
During the earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. And I know that there was only one lock when I last came here. So you're saying that you can't undo the new locks? Yes!
If only I was stronger.
Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look a little pale in the face.
Like you want to talk with your face all green.
Miles Edgeworth, go and get some air. I'll watch over the suspect. You go and get a grip on yourself.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm perfectly fine.
There's no telling what sort of mistakes you could make in your current state. Go and get some rest. That's your only concern now, Miles Edgeworth.
Understood. I'll handle the investigation in the garden. You take care of things here.
Goodbye, Edgeworth. He's got so much pride that he's probably off crying in a corner of the garden. Pride is simply another trap that hinders us in our lives. You frickin' say with your perfect record. That said, one must have pride to be effective on the job. At any rate, it seems that this is where we part ways, Phoenix Wright. I'm going to stay here and see if I can't help solve these bothersome puzzles. I see. Well, thanks for your help. You realize... Okay, Mario said he realized something a bit ago. Okay. Now then. Do you mind if I ask you a few things, Iris? No, not at all. Great. So now we can finally have some talks, huh? Escape? See, Edgeworth beat Phoenix in 2-4. Oh, yeah, chapter 2... yeah, wait, no. Chapter 2, part 4. So after everything died down... Yeah, right in your face! Oh, I'm trying to remember what case was that? I'm trying to remember. Damn it. Anyway, let's dive into this then. Why did you make a run for it, Iris? I'm sorry. The on guard case. Oh, yeah, right. I heard the inner temple had been severely shaken by the strong earthquake we had. I was so worried, I just had to come and see. In other words, you didn't run away to escape the law? At least we're clear on that. I can't tell you how relieved I was when I saw the sacred cavern was all right, but... But what? Then I saw these chains here. I saw all these extra locks that someone had put on the sacred cavern's door, and... Who in the world would do something like this? Stop, please. These trick locks are a sacred treasure of the Kurain tradition. There are hundreds of ways to set them. That's why only the person who set that lock can open it. And you aren't the one who set these locks? I don't think it's that simple, Franziska von Karma. When we were here the first time, there was only one lock. But now, somehow, there's 5 of them. What does that mean? It means that someone wanted to secure the place even more. They wanted to secure it before you got here, Iris. Presumably because they wanted to make sure Maya couldn't get out. This means that Iris can only open one of these locks. The first one. Yes, that's correct. What? Iris, try to think, please. Isn't there any way around this? Well, like I said, there are hundreds of different ways to set these locks. I suppose if I went through every combination with each one, I could remove them. But it will take time, won't it? Yes, about a day, if I had to guess. The whole day? Well, that's better than leaving the locks in place. Will you do this for us? Sure, I'll do whatever I can. We've got to wait another day. Hang in there, Maya. You're gonna have to call on your inner strength now. So the night of the crime, huh? You know what, Iris? There's still one thing I don't quite get. And what might that be, Phoenix Wright? I think it's obvious. Iris, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Iris, don't give me that look. You told us that you were in your room at Hazakura Temple at the night of the incident. But you were seen that same evening at the Inner Temple. And then you were spotted at the scene of the crime in Hazakura Temple too. Being spotted at both Hazakura Temple and the Inner Temple. It's as if you were... Well, Iris, I think it's about time you told us the truth. And more Cyclops. I knew it. There's something going on here that we don't know about. Great. So I wonder what kind of evidence we're going to be needing to show. Huh. Could I possibly present anything? Probably not. Yeah. Oh, goddamn. I don't know. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I feel like I'm not going to be able to show anything to Iris at this stage. Especially considering I have Miss Whip behind me, making sure that I can't ask questions. Okay. Let's head to the garden, I guess. See if the garden's any different after the earthquake. Probably not. Cops are still combing the place. They look pretty nervous. I'd be nervous too. It's gotta be a tough job. Yeah, especially with someone giving you the evil eye the whole time. How could I have done that? Wow. I can't believe it's still bothering him. Edgeworth? Hey, don't you dare run away!
What do you want, Wright?
What do I want?
If you came here to laugh at me, then get on with it. Go on, laugh away!
I was ready to hug it out with him, but he's just the same prideful Edgeworth. You went back to the Criminal Affairs Department, right? You said you wanted to look into something concerning Iris?
Yes. And thanks to what I found, I was reminded of something terrible.
Yep. You guys are putting a lot of effort into the investigation of the garden here, huh?
There's a high chance this is the actual scene of the crime, that's why.
You mean because of the writing in blood and the talisman in the snow?
Exactly. As you know, these things couldn't have been planted here after the murder.
But surely you don't suspect Maya, do you?
We have to treat everyone as a suspect, Maya as well as Iris. It's our job, right?
All right. I don't really want to rub in the earthquake thing, but it's a prompt, and I want to know. So, I guess you still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes?
No. Though, thankfully, my nightmares have stopped. But still, if the ground gives even the slightest tremor, I find myself short of breath.
17 years ago, when we were little school kids at the same elementary school, Edgeworth found himself in the middle of a murder. It all started with that big quake that hit the courthouse.
Yes, I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was a defense attorney. We were deprived of oxygen, and we passed out. That's when it happened. That single gunshot shattered my whole life. I lost everything that day. All because of that earthquake. My dreams, my family, and myself.
It's been more than 17 years now. And that case was finally resolved 2 years ago, right?
You think I don't know that? I was there. But it was such a shock. I never imagined I could be so wrong about myself and my life. I'm sorry, Wright? There's nothing else I can say. Not after you chose to become a lawyer for my sake. And not after you saved me.
Edgeworth, you're stronger than you think, so no more of this self-pity, okay? Yeah. And that is what that I was thinking to myself, just like, oh god, the earthquake case. Shit. It's been forever since I've done that episode of Phoenix Wright. Yeah, I remember it now. That was heart-wrenching. There was something that bothered me about her from the moment we met. I felt like I'd seen her somewhere before.
No, wait. Not somewhere. I felt like I'd seen her in court before.
So you went back to the Criminal Affairs Department to look for her file?
Yes, I checked over every case file I'd ever worked on. And I was right.
That probably took a while.
I'd seen her face before. 6 years ago.
6 years ago?
It was my first appearance in court. And as cases go, it was my worst nightmare.
So, who is she?
I'm sorry, Wright. I can't give that information away to a member of the general public.
What? Why not? It might be the crucial point of the puzzle that solves this case.
The woman I knew was the daughter of a jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with Iris and Hazakura Temple. And neither did the case. No, that woman is completely unrelated to this murder.
Unrelated?
Yes, I can say that with complete confidence.
You're wrong, Edgeworth. She's totally related to this case. I need to fill Edgeworth in. I need to explain the connection between Iris and the woman Edgeworth knew. Okay. Is there any means of doing that via my evidence? I don't think so. What do you think about this, Edgeworth?
Sorry, Wright. You're a defense attorney, and I'm a prosecutor. Wouldn't be right for us to discuss things so intimately.
What the hell ever. Please be intimate with me, Edgeworth. What do you think about this? Son of a bitch. What about this thingy? Come on, I want to know. Can you show me?
Oh, hey. Get that piece of filth out of my face.
You're still mad, huh, Edgeworth?
I know a thing or two about Larry Butts just like you. We both know he likes to act up, but this? Even he couldn't make something like this up. If this is what he drew, then this is what he saw. As unbelievable as it may seem.
I know. That's what I think, too.
Every single time I see that guy, he's in it up to his neck.
Jesus. I knew it. Edgeworth's still mad at Hornet, at Larry. Man, I am bad with English today. Here, what about this thingy? Nope, nothing. Still trying to figure out what the heck that supposed murder weapon is. Like, how did they die? Was it a stabbing? Was it a poisoning? I guess technically speaking, it could have been a combination of anything. I mean, if you think, they didn't need to specifically kill her from a stabbing wound in any way. I mean, they could have. And a stab with the Shishishito would hide it, so I suppose. Anyway. Iris gave that to you, didn't she? Yes, and it really works. It helped my fever go down quicker, I'm sure of it.
So you say, but your face is as white as a sheet and sweat is running down your cheek. Anyway, it seems to me like there's something going on between the two of you.
Actually, I don't exactly... I don't know exactly why, but there's something about Iris that just tugs at me. I can't figure out whether I feel like I know her or don't know her at all. It's really weird. Alright.
Another victim we know nothing about. Same as always. I hope you'll tell me if you know something about our mystery woman, Wright.
I know that Elise Donim was no ordinary visitor to the temple, but her true identity could be a useful weapon for the defense. And I can't give that away just like that. What do you think of gravy? No. Badge!
Is that your attorney's badge? Oh, interesting. I never imagined I'd ever see you wearing one of these, right?
Oh, right. It's because of you that I became one, Edgeworth. Not that I have any regrets. I really don't. If you're trying to say thanks, you can start by saying it a bit louder. Okay. So that's all that stuff. I don't think there's anything sitting around here, right? Or anything new. No, the earthquake didn't seem to shake anything. Yeah, come to think of it, the broom's still standing upright. What the hell? Okay, so... training hall doesn't have anything. Let's go to just the inner temple again. February 9th, inner temple gate. I'm finally getting to the bottom of this case. I can count on Iris to break those locks, so I should try to gather more clues. From Sister Bikini, Edgeworth, Gumshoe, and Pearls. If we can find her. Anything weird happening out here? No, it doesn't look like it. I guess this is basically just find people. Is this a suspension bridge? Where did Pearls run off to? Wait, was she the one that accidentally spilled the gravy? Seriously, Pearls, that's like the least of our worries right now. It's weird that there's no one around all of a sudden. It sure gets quiet up here in the mountains when you're all on your own. Speaking of alone, I guess I should go check out the shack just down the path. Maybe I'll find Larry there sulking again. Nice hint, game. Well, who will we find here? Heavenly Hall. Oh, Mr. Nick! Pearls, what are you doing here? Nothing. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Well, we don't know yet. Oh, I see. Hey, what do you think you're doing here, Nick? Larry. This is the Losers' Shack, where losers get together to lose themselves. This is the what? Hey, we find comfort in each other's failures, okay? You got a problem with that? Look, Mr. Nick, Mr. Loris did a picture of me. That's, great, Pearls. It's a stick figure. We're going to gather firewood now. We'll be cooking some half-rotten tomatoes over a miserable little campfire. So stay out of our way. I don't believe this. Why can't he try getting fired up over becoming a better man? No one believes a word I say anymore. Listen to me, Pearls. You don't want to trust this kind of guy, okay? He'll only let you down. Oh, Mystic Maya. Jeez. Come on, man. Let's have some chats. Sketch? Larry, is there something you want to tell me about this picture? I got nothing to say to you, Nick. My life's here now with Pearl. Two losers cooking potatoes together forevermore. What am I gonna do with him? Alright then. What do you think about this picture, Pearls? I think it's really well drawn. I can't draw at all, so I think it's really amazing. See, someone appreciates it. It's tough getting the flames to look like that, you know? It's supposed to be Sister Iris flying through the air, isn't it? I love it. It's like a dream, a wonderful fantasy. No, it wasn't a dream. She really flew. I'm telling you, Iris really flew that night. But, Mr. Loris... Not you two. Please, don't look at me like that, Pearl. Don't look at me like I'm some kind of nutcase. I beg of you. I guess this picture really is a representation of what Larry thinks he saw. Okay, so I was half asleep when I was here that night. But I was wide awake after the lightning strike. And I saw what I saw. It was exactly like I drew in this picture. And it looks like I don't have any choice but to take the sketch at face value. Hey, what's with that look down on your face? Alright, more about the night of the crime? Pearls. Yes, Mr. Nick? I've been meaning to ask you about the night of the murder. Where were you? What exactly were you doing when it all happened? I was just... I'm just a kid, you know. I'm sure it doesn't really matter what I was doing. Does it, Mr. Nick? Sorry, Pearls, but yes, it does. On the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Mr. Nim's room, reading a book together. But Mr. Nim was murdered, and you, Pearls, were at the Inner Temple. Just what exactly happened that night, Pearls? I'm really sorry, Mr. Nick. Oh, God. Can I just have one person that isn't locking me out of their life? I've been a bad girl. That's why I'm being punished. What are you talking about, Pearls? My spiritual power, it has disappeared. What? Her powers have disappeared? How? What? How? What? What do you mean your power has disappeared, Pearls? It's all over for me. A spirit medium who can't channel spirits is like a painter who can't paint. Hey, look, speaking of the devil. Hey, what are you looking at me for? Pearls. Did you try to channel someone's spirit right here at Hazakura Temple? Tried but failed, perhaps? Way to go, Nick. You made her cry. That was really cruel of you. And now everyone's crying. Just as I thought. I'm gonna have to break her psych locks to get the truth out of her. Meh. What the heck? Why were you channeling somebody at this moment in time? Alright, so... I guess I'll just note that down and figure out whose psych locks need to break first. Yeah, jeez. It's like I'm babysitting everybody here. It's been like, what's your problem? Okay, what's yours? What's yours? Okay, here's the solution. Here's yours. Here's what happened here. I wonder if Sister Bikini is back at the main hall yet. I haven't seen Gumshoe around for a while either. And maybe they're having a cup of tea together somewhere. I bet Gumshoe is Sister Bikini's type. I don't know. Big, bulking, hulking guy, very, very tiny, like, woman in her late 40s. Meh. Oh, hey, you're here. February 9th, Hazakura Temple. Main hall. Well, what's the damage? How is the sacred cavern? It looks like it survived. But we have a bigger problem now. I told Sister Bikini all about it. About the 5 locks that were stopping us from getting inside the sacred cavern. But who could have done that? The only people who know how to set those trick locks are those of the Kurain tradition. We have Iris at the sacred cavern trying her best to open them up for us right now. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk with you about, Sister Bikini. Oh, yes? We're in the middle of a chat, weren't we? Yes. You were telling me how the Master of Kurain disappeared 17 years ago. I want to know why Misty Faye suddenly appeared at this temple. It was about a week ago when Mystic Misty arrived. After she showed me the talisman that proved she was the Master, she said, "Someone is trying to destroy the Kurain tradition's main family line. I am here to put a stop to them." Someone was trying... sorry. Minnesotan accent's taking over. Someone was trying to destroy the main family line? There is only one heir to the title of Master at any time, and it's usually the eldest. That child becomes the new Master of Kurain, and her daughters the main family. All other mediums become branch family members, with no hope of controlling the clan. That's why nothing has changed throughout the history of the clan. Branch families always have and always will plot to erase those of the main family line. That sounds very murderous and insane. Like, oh god, can you set it up some other way where there isn't some horrible animosity? Like, I don't know. Like, monarchy? Like, maybe, just, it's not... Okay, wait, actually, this is basically monarchy. No, never mind. That's not gonna help out. Ugh. Is the power of the Master worth this much bloodshed? I mean, clearly, yes. You believe in the technique, don't you, Mr. Wright? You know its power is real? Yes, I do. It's been 2 years since I first met Maya. In that time, I've seen her channel the spirits of the dead plenty of times. During the Master Mask case, and during Maggie Bird's trial, too. Thanks to Maya, Mia's always on hand to help me out when I need her the most. And a very convenient plot device. The Kurain technique has made a huge difference to the world, you know. I mean, the ability to commune with the dead. That's true psychic power, you know. Members of the tradition have always been there, behind every important leader. Who wouldn't respect such a tremendous skill? I suppose so, but with all that power and influence, I kind of expected you be really rich by now. Are you saying we're poor, Mr. Wright? You're very direct, aren't you? People don't believe in it anymore, you see. All because of one little mistake. A mistake? What mistake? I think I know the mistake. It was 17 years ago. That's when everything came crashing down. All because of that incident. That incident? Is she talking about what I think she's... I'm sure the records still exist if you're interested. Locked up, of course. It was called the DL6 incident. Yep, that's the name of the file. The DL6 incident. I knew it. Yeah, I know the DL6 incident well. The DL6 incident. Yeah, I know it well. I handled a related case just 2 years ago. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. So it was you who was the defense attorney on that case. A murder that took place 17 years ago. It was the first time in the country's history that the police ever used a spirit medium. The idea was to channel the victim's spirit to learn the identity of the murderer. And the medium who performed the channeling was Misty Faye, Maya's mother. Through Misty's channeling, the names of a certain man sufficed. Armed with that as evidence, the investigators were spurred into action. But that man, he was found not guilty, wasn't he? That's right, he was. And the case remained a mystery. In other words, we failed. It was the first case the world had ever seen the Karain tradition openly involved in. It was all over the media, the public, the judiciary, the people of Karain village. Everyone judged her. Everyone said Misty's powers were a sham. And that she just disappeared, vanished, while everyone still thought of her as a fraud. It's sort of like those, do they do that anymore? Like the hotline mystics or something that, you know, you can call them up on. I know it was a huge thing in the 90s. Just like you call them up and then they give you a fortune or whatever the hell, and it's usually something really stupid. I don't know. I don't watch a whole lot of late night TV anymore, so I don't know if that's even a thing. But I know the truth. Misty Faye's spirit channeling wasn't a sham after all. Of course it wasn't. And since you managed to reveal the truth, we're finally making a comeback. The Karain tradition is starting to recover at last. With a new master wielding the power of the clan. Does she mean Maya? I don't know. We don't have a very powerful leader to the clan, then. At least one that I don't know if anybody can trust. Spiritual power, the Karain channeling technique is in the blood. Maya's told me the exact same thing before. We, the women of the Fae clan, have always been spirit mediums. It's because the power to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us. According to Maya, only the woman in the family can inherit that power. And the men are sad saps. The main family's bloodline stems directly from Mystic Amy. But with each new generation, only one daughter becomes the new master. And the ones who don't become branch families, right? That's right. And it's always the cause of tragedy. You know, Maya had a sister too. An older sister named Mia. Oh, yes, I've heard of her. What? You know about Mia? Yeah, of course. She became a lawyer in the hopes of discovering what happened to her mother. And lost her life as a result. Do you know what Mystic Mia is rumored to have said? She said it wasn't only because of her mother that she became a lawyer. She also didn't want to fight with her sisters over the leadership of the tradition. Really? Well, she saw what happened to her own mother, Mystic Misty, as she grew up. I guess Mystic Mia got tired of seeing all the rivalry between her mother and her aunt. That's right. Misty Faye had an elder sister, too. And Misty, having superior powers, managed to usurp the master's seat from her. Mystic Misty's sister is Mystic Morgan, as you probably know. Yep. She's currently behind bars. Morgan. There's a name I know well. It was a year ago now, at Maya's home Karain village. What she did was terrible. It was all that so she could make her own daughter the next master. I suppose if you know about Mystic Morgan's daughter, then you must have already realized that Iris... Huh? Iris? What's Iris got to do with any of this? That Iris is Mystic Morgan's... What the hell? Iris is what? Is she kidding me? Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter? Alright, that's new for me. But she's not Mystic, though? Did you just say that Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter? Oops. Oh, I thought you already knew. Sounded like you'd met one of Mystic Morgan's daughters already. I have. I know her very well. Oh? Yes, Pearls. Pearl Fay. But I always thought she was an only child. You jest! That child, she's Mystic Morgan's. I had no idea. Jeez. Mystic Morgan, what? Wow, that makes very little sense. But she's in prison now, isn't she? Yes. Ever since she was found to be a co-conspirator in a murder case last year. What in the hell? Yeah, hey, lady. It was all done to set Pearls up as the next master. I see. So I've been wrong all this time. Mystic Morgan had 3 daughters, not 2. Wait, what? 3? Okay, what? Now, alright. Who is the 3s? Okay, Pearls. Freaking Iris. And the third one? Is the third one who I think it might be? Yes, Iris, her twin sister, and Mr. Oh my god! Okay, wow. So they're not. Whoa. Realization! What? Twin sister? Oh, didn't you know? It all happened 20 years ago. After the clan leadership was taken from her by her sister, Mystic Morgan's life crumbled. It wasn't many years later that Kirane's reputation hit an all-time low. When Mystic Morgan's husband realized his wife would never become the master, he left her in the village, taking their twin daughters with him. How awful. He was a jeweler, you know. In the end, he remarried, and that's when it happened. He decided to give one of his girls up to be looked after by us here at the temple. Uh-huh. That was Iris, you see. It's unbelievable. If Iris has a twin sister, could it be? Could you tell me one more thing, Sister Bikini? What was the name of Iris's sister? I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I don't remember. Convenient. I just can't remember. All I can recall is that her father was a jeweler. Well, there's a clue, I guess. A jeweler. Thank you very much. You've helped clear up a lot of details. Pearls had 2 older sisters, huh? Yes, that's right. No doubt it was all because of Mystic Morgan's anger towards the main family. Anger? What do you mean? What do you think you mean? Her twin daughters were taken from her by her jeweler husband. But even that couldn't destroy her dream of a child of hers would one day lead the clan. That's why she had Pearls. It seems that the incident here was a result of Mystic Morgan's anger. He was able to break free of the bars that confined her. So Iris has a twin sister. The plot thickens. I would say the plot has been as thick as freaking concrete at this point. But yeah, but this information will be useless unless I can flesh it out a bit. I need to ask more questions and get some more info. Okay, well... so... Wait, can I ask anything about... Here. Iris had a twin sister. That's really all I know about her. That and the fact that she was taken away from her mother by her jeweler father. I don't have any idea where she is or what she's doing now. I could tell her, but she'd probably have a contrary and a half... A coronary and a half, rather. Not contrary. Morgan. When I think about it, I do kind of feel sorry for Mystic Morgan. It wasn't her fault that her sister was more powerful, the spirit medium. Mystic Morgan just couldn't compete with her sister. It must have been really tough on her. Even so, that doesn't excuse all the things she did. Meh. No, of course not. Right, I think I've already presented a lot of shit to you. So, I have that information now. I wonder if that's enough to break a few psych locks on, on Iris. Maybe, maybe not. Anything happening in the courtyard? Maybe a gumshoe? Sounds like someone's happy. What tune is that they're humming?
Dum 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 dum. No motive, no crime. No motive, no crime. Sing it with me. No motive, no crime. I remember when we used to search in the channeling room in Corinne. Oh, I love my job.
Thank you, Gumshoe. You are a gift to the world.
Who cares if the clues I find are no good? That's not what investigating's all about. The investigator investigates for the love of investigating. It's a passion. Good cases we have, good cases we lost along the way.
Well, I never guessed that Gumshoe was into reggae. That's reggae? Oh, Jesus.
Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. Hey, pal!
Who, me?
How long have you been here?
I just got here.
Oh, okay.
So, what are you up to, Detective?
I'm investigating, pal! I made a promise to Mr. Edgeworth. I promised I would find the real murder weapon.
The real murder weapon.
That barbed sword thing turned out to be a false lead, right? I'm giving it my best shot here, but I still haven't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. It looks like a letter or something. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with this case, though.
A letter? Yeah, what letter? Okay, first the investigation. So, how's the investigation going, Detective Gumshoe?
I don't know if I should be telling you, pal, but I guess it can't hurt. Looks like the murder took place in the inner temple garden.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And they're taking that bloody writing on the lantern pretty seriously back at HQ.
What? You mean...
I don't have the details, pal. All I know is if you don't find Maya down in the sacred cavern, we're gonna be faced with one ugly situation.
What kind of ugly situation are we looking at here?
You got me. I don't know. Pfft. They're not my words, pal.
Then who said it?
Mr. Godo.
Godo. What does he mean by that? I think I know what he means by that. About that letter you found?
Don't mind me, pal. I'm busting a gut here trying to find the murder weapon. And all I find is some burnt-up old letter.
Hello. Burnt-up old letter?
Yeah, it was in that incinerator right outside the inner...
Okay, so that's why there was nothing in it. The incinerator? I knew it. I knew it was. I wasn't imagining it. Ta-da. There was snow on the incinerator when I first saw it. But after the incident, the snow had melted away, which means someone used the incinerator on the night of the murder.
What's up with you, pal? I've got it right here if you want to take a look.
Can I? Do you mind?
Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal. You can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff. I bet it's got no relation to the case.
Spirit mediums? I'm sure it's important. It's gotta be important if it mentions spirit mediums and masters. I'd better give it a good look over and some serious thought.
Make sure you chuck it in the trash when you're done. Littering's a crime, pal.
I'm gonna go ahead and look at that right the hell now, then. Burnt letter. Found by Gumshoe in the inner temple incinerator. Touch the check button for details. Be careful. Once nightfall, should be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Her name is... She is a... The whole... Here's a picture of her. Use it when you're when you channel her. I know you can do... What the hell? Once this is... Burn the... Also make... Tell anyone about this Gravely roasted the master in the fires of Hades and bring up vengeance to fruition. Okay. So, somebody was trying to channel somebody. So the question is, who is this letter intended for? And who used it? I do wonder if maybe this was handed over to Iris or something to that degree. I will definitely see, that's for sure. So, yeah, more about the murder weapon. So, what do you know about the real murder weapon so far?
Well, it wasn't the Shishishido that we found impaled in the victim's body. Mr. Edgeworth proved that in court today.
Yes, that's true.
In which case, it must have been another blade.
And that's what you're running around like a headless chicken looking for now, huh?
Yeah, and man, is it tiring work. Let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We've got the feather of forensics in our cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this.
Secret weapon? What is your secret weapon? Do you just throw a telescope at it and hope that it works? What's the secret weapon of yours?
You want to know? You gotta think scientifically, okay?
Alright.
The murder weapon was a sword! Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right? Any questions so far?
No. I know what he's gonna say, but I'll let him look smart.
So what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! A metal detector!
Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away.
Well, you want to give scientific investigation a go?
Me?
Yeah, I've been using this thing for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while. Why don't you give it a try?
I don't know. Should I help Detective Gumshoe out? Oh, hell yeah!
Come on, pal. It's good fun. I'm telling you.
Yeah, right then. I guess I'll give it a go.
Like I said, this is the department's most advanced gadget. The absolute best. It's so sensitive. You could make it cry. And it's so high-tech, you could skydive off it.
Oh, bother.
So now, I'm going to tell you how to use it. It's possible the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right?
Sure, that's what we're trying to find out.
Right. So first, let's turn the detector on.
Neat.
That's the sound of the metal detector's signal. Next, touch the detector and take a real good look around the courtyard with it, pal. Once you've hit something metallic, click the check gauge with the flash. And when that happens, such that this basically works exactly like the radio frequency thingy. This thing picks up metallic objects that are hidden from sight too, so take a good look at everything and anything and everything around. Seems suspicious, okay, pal?
Okay, then. Well, there's a ladder.
Look! A ladder!
That's a step ladder.
What's the difference? Looks like a normal ladder to me, pal.
Surely everyone knows the difference. I mean, they're pretty ordinary objects.
I've met plenty of guys like you always picking out the smallest details. The vegetable store guy near my place does it all the time. He even corrects me when I ask for a head of lettuce. That's a cabbage, he says.
Fucking shit.
I'm telling you, they're the exact same thing.
No, they're not. They're completely different.
You have to plant both of them firmly in the ground before you can grow, don't you? Listen, you gotta take a step back and look at the bigger picture sometimes.
So, by that logic, okay, potatoes or lettuce. Okay, cool.
Otherwise, you could miss a really important clue. That's advice from a pro, pal.
The last person I need advice from is a guy in front of me. The guy in front of me, rather. Jesus, this thing's made of metal? That's industrial. That's odd. This sled's made of plastic.
It says Bikini number 1 on the side.
Maybe there's something under it. Hey, what's this? A badge?
Aha! I've been hunting high and low for that.
It's yours, detective.
That thing's priceless to a guy like me, pal. Cop can't be a cop without his badge. I'm sure glad I put that dime in there, though.
Oh, god damn it. How did you manage to drop your badge here, of all places?
I know. I bet it happened this morning. I was playing around with the sled, and
you were playing around... My god, is this a detective or a damn 8-year-old? Jeez. Stop right there. I don't need to hear anymore. Right. So, then there's skis, I guess. Yeah, it's just a pair of skis. Nothing useful for our case here.
I'm actually pretty good on skis, you know, pal. I just love to fly down the slopes with my coat fluttering in the wind.
Really? I had no idea. How good are you then?
Well, I'm better on skis than I am on skates, but I'm not good as well when I'm on a snowboard.
It's a pretty detailed answer.
Oh, but you know what I'm best at? Making mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yes. To each their own. This guy's losing it. Must be the altitude. Better get back to the investigation. So there's that. And there's the gigantic statue.
That Shishishito next to the golden statue wasn't the real murder weapon, pal.
Yeah, I know. I just thought I'd check it again anyway.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Do you know anything about that sword? It's supposed to represent the multiple branches that life can take, all ending as one.
Yes, I heard something about that.
You know what I think about sometimes? What kind of life I'd be leading if I had not joined the homicide division.
You think about that kind of stuff, Detective?
No, of course I do. I think about it a lot. Me as a traffic cop, me as a detention officer, me as the Blue Badger.
There's something to be said about the humor value of Gumshoe as the Blue Badger. Okay, there's probably fan art. I can almost guarantee you there's a fan art. Alright. There's that stuff. Somehow this thing's got metal in it. This is Miss Donium's staff, isn't it?
Scientifically speaking, they're usually made of wood. But the detector is reacting to it.
Oh, wait. Was that somebody else's words? I think it might have been.
Yeah, but however you look at it, the thing's made of wood, alright? I don't bother investigating anything unless it looks like it might be metallic.
Isn't the whole point of a metal detector to find metal where you can't see it?
It's weird that this thing is causing a racket.
Here, let me take a look at it.
Hey, hands off! Examining evidence is a job for the...
Heck! The top's coming off!
Oh, look what you've done! You've damaged a really important piece of evidence.
Ah! Oh my god.
That's
a sword!
Inside the staff.
Is this... Could it be...
the murder weapon?
Oh, I was wondering if it might be the murder weapon, but yeah, it didn't have any blood on it. Now I'm thinking different. I'd never have guessed there'd be a sword concealed in this victim's staff. Yeah.
They call this kind of thing a sword cane, pal. This one's a real gem. The workmanship is really something else. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword, or else the victim would have stabbed her own foot.
I officially give up on trying to figure out how Gumshoe's mind works. So do I. If the real scene of the crime was the inn or temple garden, then why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? Hey, Gumshoe, who knows about the hidden sword?
No one. Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now.
Well, as they say, there's no team in Gumshoe. It doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it.
Then I guess this isn't the murder weapon, pal. Huh?
No. I'm sure someone just wiped it off after the murder.
Yeah, of course. This thing's definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal.
That's about the same length as the Shishishito 2. This must be the murder weapon.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if most of it has been wiped off. See you later, pal. Whoop, 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 whoop. Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight.
Hold it. Wait up, detective.
What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know.
You're gonna get that staff analyzed, right? Would you mind holding off for just a while?
What are you talking about, pal?
Please! Just until we find Maya.
Maya? What's this got to do with her?
I don't know, but I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach.
Oh, how so?
Look, Maya's trapped inside the sacred cavern right now, and, well, we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel.
You don't think Maya's been...
Please, detective. Let's just wait until we can get inside the sacred cavern.
You're looking kind of Viridian there.
Damn painters.
Okay, okay. Just stop it with that face, pal. One thing, though. The staff's secret trick. Let's keep it between you and me, alright? If it gets out we knew about it and didn't say anything, we're finished.
I understand.
This is just a regular, run-of-the-mill staff. You got it? Okay. Now you take good care of it, pal.
Thank you, detective.
Don't worry. She'll be fine.
Gumshoe?
You know, there's a place at the base of this mountain that has some really good pasta. But I'd take you there when we find Maya. Huh, pal?
Sure. Thanks. Oh, what a nice dude. Can't help but wonder, though. What was the least on him doing with a staff like this in the first place? I mean, I don't know. No clue. So, we know about the murder weapon. I guess, yeah, nothing hidden in the snow. I was thinking we were going to find something hidden underneath the snow or something. I guess that's not the case. Well, yeah, I think we might be done here. Or at least we should be done. We got a lot of shit. Anything in the main hall now? Don't think so. Let's see. Yeah. You're doing fine. Well, whose psych lock should we pop, huh? Because that's sorta all that we have left at this point. Let me think. Here we go. February 9th, Heavenly Hall. I was expecting Larry and Pearls to be here. I guess they must have gone to collect firewood. Suppose I'll have to check back later. Right. Okay, well, there's my answer. I kind of felt like I was probably... Here. I don't know. Just the fact that I have so much stuff directly leaning on Iris as a you know, like the papers and all this stuff. I thought that maybe she would be the first one that I would have to try and break her psych lock, so I'm gonna try and see if maybe I can. Alright. But saving while doing so.
Take that!
Shouldn't be too hard, right? 3 locks? Yeah. I think it's time you told the truth about what you were doing on that night. You said you were in your room at Hazakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth? Yes, that's where I was. Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe what you're telling me too. But I can't. Because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. Right, Bikini.
Take that!
I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course. Sister Bikini? Her testimony in court today was very clear. That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but... Well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to the Hazakura Temple. Sister Bikini didn't just see you. She spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris, you were there at the inner temple on the night of the murder. That's very impressive, Mr. Wright. Interesting words to say. The acolyte's actual training was due to start after 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early so I wouldn't be late. What time was that? Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the inner temple, so I would have left about 9:40 p.m., I think. No. You needed to ring the bell. I'm sorry, Iris, but lying just doesn't suit you. Now, you say you left the main hall at 9:40 p.m. but what you say doesn't add up with this. Okay. Maybe this or something? No. I mean, I got the hood, like, right before 10 o'clock, so... And I was literally there. Although, a burnt letter. No, I don't think that has anything to do with this. Because it's talking specifically about channeling people. Iris's test... Oh, wait. Rang, lights out, bell. There we go. You yourself testified to the contrary. Don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have. Who is that? Me. Mr. Wright? We even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten? No, that's right. I remember. And this brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock on the night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far, I've managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the Inner Temple. And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell at Hazakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility. There were 2 of you. On the night of the incident, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. Which means there must have been 2 of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris. But that's crazy! How could that be? There's only 1 of me. It's impossible! Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise. You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than 1 of me? Then show me the evidence. Show me something that proves there is more than 1 of me. Okay. So, let me take a look at this burnt letter real quick. Found by Gumshoe in the Inner Temple Incinerator. Do you have everything up to her name? Okay, no. I feel like this is directly talking to somebody who can channel spirits. She has clearly stated she can't. So, show me there's evidence. Show me something that proves there is more than 1 of me. I mean, I guess this. Morgan Faye's daughter and Iris's twin sister. Her family deals in jewelry, apparently. I think this would be the best proof, just being like, I know that there exists a person that is your twin. Nope! Or maybe? Mr. Wright, when you said there was another me, I was kind of expecting someone who looked like me, you know? I guess so. In that case, are you saying that I look like this person? Well, I can't say with 100% certainty, but... Can you show me something you are 100% certain about, then? I really needed to get to the bottom of this. Iris is determined to hide something from me. Can't drag it out of her unless I can show her some irrefutable evidence. Alright. You seriously trying to suggest there's more than 1 of me? Oh. Okay, that was wrong. Again, I feel like they're very specifically looking for evidence here, not profile pictures. Out of complete and utter boredom, I kind of want to choose it, though. Nope. I'm gonna try Larry's sketch. No. No, okay, not that one. So if I fail this entirely, I think I'm just gonna we saved, so I'm going to reload if this doesn't work out. I mean, okay, the map doesn't tell us anything. Maybe it has something to do with fingerprints? Nope. Okay, I screwed that one up. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and reload just so I can get all that health back. And also, we need to back off and we need to start thinking about this a little bit more. 'Cause, does this mean I'm not ready? Am I missing a piece of evidence that was crucial? Nothing about that. Hey, Edgeworth, did you know that Iris had a twin sister?
What? A twin? You can't be serious.
Sister Bikini told me, but the problem is, she didn't know the name of this twin.
There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked.
Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently, her sister was raised by her father, a jeweler, I think.
A jeweler? Right, I just might know who this twin sister of hers is.
Yes, I think I found it. I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Okay, let me guess. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right?
Yes, exactly.
Please, tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please. Alright. Finally, some info. Dahlia!
It was my first court case 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died.
You're talking about Terry Falls, right?
You know about that case?
You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago.
Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago.
Splash.
They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking.
Her sister?
Well, her stepsister, actually. They weren't blood-related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife.
Oh. And this is when she entered my life. Ta-da! The woman who tried to kill me. Bloodthirsty bitch. So after Terry Falls died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out?
Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case.
Why are you so sure about that?
It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead.
What? Why? Yeah, exactly.
Well, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak.
Explain? What? Why? How is she dead? What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth? Is this like how you died?
Right, I must confess that in reading her file, I came to know of the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey.
Mia Fey! Mia Fey! At that time, Dahlia, it's like she was possessed by a demon or something.
It's been almost 5 years since that guilty verdict was handed down. And her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month.
Executed?
I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? And more for reasons than one. But do you understand now? She can't possibly be connected with this case. She's dead. And once someone is dead, there's no way to revive them.
There's no way to revive the dead. I wonder. It seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth.
And what is that?
It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother.
What's their mother got to do with any of this?
She's Morgan Fay, a spirit medium from a branch family of the Kurain channeling technique.
Did you say Kurain channeling technique?
Do you know something about it?
Oh, yes, I know it's connected with that fraudulent spirit medium.
Fraudulent? So we now have two evidence that cold-blooded murderers are killed. Oh boy.
I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago.
Yeah, we discussed this one.
I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. They were stumped, and that's when they called her in. She was a very famous spirit medium and the master of a channeling school. But you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent.
Edgeworth.
Go to the police records room. It's all there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file, and you'll know.
I worked on the DL6 incident. Seriously. Of course, how can I forget? Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday. And then you'll see that the Kurain channeling technique is real. So, we've unlocked that little bit of info. Did anything change in the court record? Here, let me check profiles real quick. Yeah, there we go. Dahlia's back. Okay. I think now we finally unlocked it here. Impossible. There's no way. Gulp. Seriously, trying to say it? Show me some evidence. Show me something that proves there is more than one of me.
Take that!
I have a firm grasp of the situation here now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps? That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne. A woman I know only too well. I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer... Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Thank you. There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? This second you, who was here at the temple on the night of the murder, it was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne. But you just said it yourself a second ago. My sister's dead. Have you forgotten that? Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo. A training ground of the Kurain channeling technique. That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you knew about it. And that's the secret you've been trying to hide from me. Well done. Well hid. So it's not all roses, eh? I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that I'd been spotted at the inner temple, I knew it was my sister, Dahlia, the other half of me who passed away last month. Just as I suspected. The Iris that Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple on that night of the murder. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before? Because my sister's always done the right thing. No, she has not. Excuse me? And because I mustn't get in the way of what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again. You betrayed her? What do you mean? That's why I have to accept I may be found guilty. It's the only way. What is she talking about? What betrayal? What? You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago?
Oh, right.
That was the start of it all. It's what started her down that twisted path.
Murder.
She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end, she lost her life. It's all because I betrayed her.
How did you betray her, Iris?
It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped plan the whole thing.
What?
But I got scared, so I ran away.
What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father? That's awful.
But I promised. I promised that I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money.
What?
It was revenge on our father.
Revenge? Oh, I get it. What do you mean by revenge?
He was a hideous man. He threw our mother away and then sent her to hell.
Her mother? She must be talking about Morgan Fay.
Our mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fay family. The Main family had a lot of influence in many business and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place. For power.
Oh. This guy does seem like a scumbag. Revenge makes sense now.
But his plan backfired. Because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as the master of Kurain.
That would be Misty Fay, Maya's mother.
But before long, the credibility of the Kurain tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Mystic Misty Fay, made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident.
Which we have proven to have been true.
After that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated the place. He said it was a hick dive, and that he had no reason to stay there.
And that's when you came here to Hazakura Temple?
Yes. The woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see.
Oh.
And I haven't seen my mother once since then.
You're not going to be seeing her much at all. My bad. Actually, no, it's her bad. She's the one that did the crime. There.
Having the master's seat stolen from her and being rejected by her own family. I've heard she's been very battered spiritually and emotionally.
I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together. Hi! I have asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This incident, everything related to it goes back to the history of the Fey clan. That's what it looks like. Iris, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me.
What is it?
During the incident in which your sister Dahlia Hawthorne poisoned a lawyer, she began a relationship with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student. Have you heard anything about him?
Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his... God damn it!
I believe in a thing called love. No. I see. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
Ow! Hurry up, Phoenix! Don't
Come on, don't whip your brother down when he's already on the floor. Hurry up, Phoenix, right? There's still much to investigate.
Leave these locks to me. I'll open them up for you, I promise.
Thank you. I suppose I'd better continue my investigation. There's still one giant secret left to unlock. Pearl's psych lock. Great. Freaking lovely. Okay, again, my nose is running all of a frickin' sudden, so I'm going to mute myself so it doesn't sound disgusting. What do I have, a cat hair up there or something? Alright. I don't know. Everything has suddenly moved just in my head. Okay, I assume everybody is back now. Yeah, Heavenly Hall. So why the heck... What is this gigantic Cyclock wall for? Look at that. It really did make a fire. Right in front of the shack.
Oh, Mr. Nick.
You're too late, Nick. You came here for one of our potatoes. We've already polished them all off. So wait, you guys can afford potatoes, but then Gumshoe... Oh wait, he said he can't afford potatoes and wieners. Okay, so no, that makes sense. Everybody's on the bottom line. Just completely at the bottom of the barrel. I think I pretty much got all the evidence I need. Now I just need to find out what Pearls is hiding. Okay. Well, before then... I'm doing good. I'm saving. Doop-de-doop-doop. Oh god! Oh, the pictures in the background look terrifying when they are when they're negative. The night of the crime. After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Denim's room, reading a book together, correct?
Yes, I was so happy when she invited me. But I didn't go in the end.
You didn't go?
No, there was somewhere else I had to go instead. I was so worried. I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous.
So Pearls never went to Miss Denim's room because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls, on the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? She would have gone to the inner temple. You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Looks like she's still not gonna open up to me. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? Then the next question is, who or what were you so worried about? Now, I'm gonna take a guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay?
You mean you know?
If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth?
Okay.
You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that is this. I think it might have to do with the burnt letter. Nope! Well, Pearls, this is what you were worried about, right?
There's something I'm worried about right now, actually.
What's that?
You, Mr. Nick, your face turned a really strange color.
Huh?
You shouldn't work so hard, you know? You need to take a break once in a while.
Being chided by a 9-year-old. How embarrassing. There's really only one thing Pearls could have been worried about that night. She must have been worried about her. Oh, okay.
I'll get some sheets to make up bed for you.
No, it's okay. I'll die of pneumonia if I nap in a drafty little shack like this. I guess I'm gonna have to think this through one more time from the very beginning. The Pearls never went to Miss Denim's... Okay. Too afraid. Pearls... You went to the inner temple. And you went there because of this? Yes! Obvious what you were so worried about, Pearls. Yeah, I shouldn't be thinking too hard about this one. I mean, yeah, obviously.
Mystic Maya!
It was Maya, wasn't it? You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was the special course. I signed up for your special course. Well, my. Quite brave of you, considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one with those channels. Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? And because it was you who introduced Hazakura Temple to Maya in the first place, you felt responsible, didn't you?
Thinking about what could happen to Mystic Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing at the Inner Temple.
Then we're clear now that you went to the Inner Temple that night, Pearls. What's not clear is what happened after that. About what time was it when you headed over to the Inner Temple?
It was probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I heard the real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started. But there was so much snow, I didn't get there until after 10 o'clock.
Until after 10? How did you know what time it was?
Because I heard the bell ringing for lights out.
You heard the lights out bell? The Hazakura Temple bell's pretty small, though, isn't it? You must have really good hearing.
I was really trying to pick up the sound of the bell, that's all. I didn't want to miss it. That would be terrible.
She was trying to hear the bell. Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing the bell?
I
think I know why. The reason you were so worried about that bell was because of this. As soon as you hear the bell, the lights out bell must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her.
Take that!
You were given some instructions to follow for that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper?
Where did you...
In the incinerator at the Inner Temple. Pearls, you were following the instructions in this letter that night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell.
I'm speechless, Mr. Nick. You're amazing!
Well, at least I can impress a 9-year-old. These instructions that were found in the incinerator, I believe they were written for you, Pearls.
For me,
As you can see, a large portion has been burnt, but the last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be channeling? Taking into account the author of the note and their purpose for writing it, whose spirit would Pearls have been trying to channel? Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearl was supposed to channel. The person you were trying to channel that night, Pearls, was Miss Dead She-Witch. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name that was in the letter. Surprise. It's just as I suspected. It was Iris whose sister Bikini met at the Inner Temple that... It wasn't Iris whose sister Bikini met at the Inner Temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of a woman Dahlia Hawthorne was?
No. I've never heard of anyone by that name before, reading those instructions.
I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister. About the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls, who wrote them?
I
Whoever it was asked you to channel the spirit of someone you'd never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you followed their instructions without question. So here's my next question. Who wrote the set of instructions for you to follow? Oh no. Oh no. I certainly hope it's not who I think it is. Because there's only one person I think she would be following to a T without any questioning. Okay, good. Okay, you must have had a lot of faith in them to follow their instructions to a T.
I had a lot of faith in you, Mr. Nick.
Oh, thanks.
But I don't think I can trust you anymore.
Sorry. Ouch. Pearl sure can be blunt when she wants to be. Alright, think. Someone who Pearls would trust. No questions asked. There can't be many candidates for that post. Whoever it was asked you to channel the spirit of someone you'd never heard of. You have quite a lot of respect for them. You follow their instructions without question. I mean, I guess the only person that I think could have potentially asked her to do that would have been Iris. Right? It can't be anybody. I mean, like, there's no way she got the note from Morgan Fay. That would be weird. And I don't think Maya would have put those instructions together, right? That doesn't make any sense if Maya did it. No? Wow, okay. Oh, shit. I think I'm gonna have to restart this. I think I'm gonna mulligan this. Gumshoe! Nope. Yes. And this is why we save, ladies and gentlemen. Her name is this. She is our... Oh my god. The whole... Here's a picture of her. Use it when... I know you can... Once this is burned, also make... Don't tell anyone about this letter. Bravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our revenge tip for... Because clearly, what the letter is hinting at is the fact that our... The word our said there means that there is some kind of a relation between Pearl and whoever it is that said this. A pretty direct one, as a matter of fact. I kind of want to say Maya, because it would be... She would be the closest possible one. But why would she write the letter? And unless Morgan could somehow manage to get her letter out to Pearl in some fashion... Because that letter doesn't sound like something that Maya would have wrote, that's for sure.
Take that!
Holy shit! Pearls? I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you? But dump. But you followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you, that's why.
How did you...
I figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. You know, prisoners are allowed to send and receive mail, right? I'm aware of that. It's just, that would have been very goddamn convenient, just in that one window that she got a letter. That's where my mind was going with that. It's like, this is some seedy, like, rooted plans that Morgan has got in, just somewhere in a prison cell somewhere. You know. All right, Pearls. It's time you started telling me the truth.
Mr. Nick,
Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this.
Don't underestimate me just because I'm a child.
Huh?
If you're trying to say I have followed these instructions, I'd like to see some proof.
What?
Because I don't think you have any.
Yeah. She'd say anything rather than admit to carrying out those instructions. I guess I'll have to produce some more evidence then. One more thing should do it. Alright, Pearls. We both know someone carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. But you're right, there's no evidence that proves it was you.
I knew it!
However, I do know that whoever did it was a child.
How do you know that?
It couldn't have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that.
A simple mistake? What do you mean by that?
I'm sure that you thought you were carefully following the instructions you'd been given. But you misunderstood some of the words, and this is the evidence that proves it. Alright, with that logic, let's actually read this again. It's been a year and a half since the heiress. I'm aware of that. But yeah, that's a whole lot of like sitting around in a cell and brooding and thinking about her revenge. That's very creepy. Be careful. Once nightfall should be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her, spirit. Leave everything up to her. Her name is this. She is our... Here is a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this is... Burn the... Also make... I assume that's going to say also make sure you don't tell anyone about this lever. Or this letter. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. You misunderstood some of the words, and this is the evidence. Now, that seems like a big old wall of words that she wouldn't understand, but what does that entail from? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. Oh my god! Dude, seriously? I guess that's one way to do it. It was you who splattered gravy on this hanging scroll, wasn't it?
Why would I do something like it?
Do you remember what was written in that letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast, among others, right?
How did you know that?
Remember the conversation you had with Miss Denim on the night of the murder? Perhaps we can read some books together.
Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading.
Well then, would you like to practice reading with me?
Miss Elise, so, for example, how do you read this?
It says gravely. That's kind of a tough word. Uh-oh. Sure, Miss Denim taught you how to read gravely and roast. But what she didn't teach you is what they meant. Gravely sounded like gravy to me. Oh, wait, okay, sorry. Gravely sounded like gravy to me. And this is the only roast I could think of was food. And that's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from the night's pot roast.
To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea.
Just a tiny bit.
I really am useless. I couldn't even burn the letter properly as my mother had asked me. Such a simple thing. I couldn't even do it right.
Ah, poor Pearls. He's fine. But you're now possibly an accessory to murder. So, uh-oh.
After dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple with a pot full of the leftover gravy.
Gravy?
I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the sacred cavern. I was sure it was the master of Karain, like it said in the letter.
I see. And then
Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because of all the snow. So I went to the inner temple guest area.
The guest area?
Yes, I thought I could wait there until the training was over.
Why didn't you just go to the training hall?
Because Mystic Maya's main training had already started and I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where I was and prayed for her to get through it. But then,
Pearls, did you fall asleep?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just couldn't help myself.
Hey, don't worry about it, Pearls. Who cares if you fell asleep? I fell asleep waiting for Iris too. It happens.
Anyway, and then you found yourself trapped at the inner...
Oh, wait, sorry. Wrong voice. Sorry, I just love doing that voice. I just love just the mumbly freaking Pearl. Anyway, then you found yourself trapped at the inner temple.
Yes. When I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but Dusky Bridge wasn't there anymore, and there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone had left me because I overslept. I threw the letter into the incinerator, then I heated up the leftover gravy,
and let off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you cried.
Yeah, it must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school, too.
Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry. Alright, so this lost power thing, what?
It was written right in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights up bell, you must channel her spirit. It was on my way over to the inner temple when I heard the bell ring.
So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit?
No. I tried, but I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it?
I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. I tried and tried and tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. But I just couldn't do it.
Don't let it get you down, Pearl. It'll all work out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh, just like that. So, she never managed to channel the spirit? Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone?
Yes, I don't know what to do.
Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit?
I suppose there's one other possibility. It's not very likely, though.
Could you please tell me what it is anyway?
It could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit.
Holy shit. Okay. Who? Someone else? What do you mean?
Well, there's only one of each spirit, right?
Yup, it's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if she's already taken. And that would mean on the night of the murder, someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne. Who? And why?
I'm a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish.
Her final wish?
Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully.
This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it. Here, Morgan's letter.
My mother's gone to a place called a penitentiary.
Yeah, I know, Pearls.
I visit her every month. And last month she told me,
"The time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at our home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It's for the good of the Fae clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Now listen carefully and I'll tell you where the letter's hidden."
Oh, great.
my mother is always nice to me. I love her very much.
God. Oh, you're gonna turn I really hope that when you actually get to your teenage years, you are rebellious as hell.
Yeah, moms will do anything for the kids, right? She said it was for the good of the Fae Clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Mystic Maya is part of the Fae Clan, so it had to be good for her, too. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
I guess so, yeah.
There's a picture with her letter, too.
A picture?
Of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually a picture is enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time... Pretty weird, huh?
Like Larry knows anything about this stuff.
And something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, as if someone had already opened it once before. That sure is pretty strange.
Someone had opened it already? Alright, so... who would have been in the right opportunity to open that goddamn lair? I don't know. Did anybody go to Fae Manor to, at any point in time? I'm genuinely wondering, like, who would have the opportunity to have opened that letter? I mean, Maya, but... meh. Also, it would have to be someone that can actually do the channeling bit. No clue. Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out.
You're very welcome. My mother is watching over us.
That's what I'm terrified about.
So I'm sure Mystic Maya will be alright.
Look at that innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her? Ha! Hi, Godo!
Finally figured out, have you tried? You finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully obvious is?
Godo!
The entrance to the sacred cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop.
I guess he's talking about Iris and the lock-breaking effort.
But it's all a waste of time.
Why do you say that?
Because Maya Fey isn't coming back.
What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that?
It was your job to protect her, Trad. Just like it was your job to protect Mia Fey. Two sisters caught up in the worst circumstances.
You know, bullshit. Really, my fault. By that account, like, there's, like, so many other... Like, are you gonna pin every single one of the murders that ever happened around me directly on me? I'm not a murderer. I didn't do any of that shit. I realize that, but...
And you were the only one who was by their sides. You were the only one who could have saved them.
But I didn't know anything about what was going on.
What did I just say, Trad? Being oblivious is a heinous crime in itself. Tomorrow, we'll settle everything in court tomorrow. Once and for all.
Meh.
Mr. Nick, is what that man just said true?
It'll be alright, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick.
Well, good.
My dear Pearl, you've done so well, my child. My Pearl. It's better that you don't know what you've done. I knew this day would come for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now, finally, after all this time, the master seat is yours. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time.
Wow. So can we somehow pin this on Morgan and somehow get her the death penalty? Because, wow. Right then. So we've been going for 4 hours. I think this trial is going to be waiting until next week. Also, Jesus. I guess Godo's going to be the person that's going to be on the prosecuting table. Godo's voice destroys me. I swear. Just like...
So low, so raspy.
And I can't even get it down that low. Like, I don't have a rasp or a low voice. I am very high-pitched and annoying. Yay! Anyway. Oh, going off what she said, she likely was executed then. I mean, not Morgan. Morgan's a penitentiary kind of thing. Dahlia was executed. I swear, that entire family's bloodline is poison. Except for Pearls. Pearls is sweet and innocent, and nobody touch her. But anyways, I think we are going to call it for tonight. Because I don't know. I mean, like, I wasn't even planning on rescheduling the stream from Sunday up to Monday, but, crap happened. But anywho's, she said last chance, though. I don't know. Because we haven't heard anything about that execution. Unless there's something you know that I don't. Because I don't remember hearing it. Anywho's, yeah, thanks everybody for popping out into the stream just to watch and say hi. I appreciate it. If you wanted to take a look at the stream anytime after it's done, I'm going to be cutting a whole bunch of the wheel spinning, and I'm going to be uploading it to the to my YouTube channel shortly after I'm done editing and processing. I stream on Saturdays, Sundays, and Wednesdays, all of them starting at around 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. And before I get into leaving here, I actually wanted to mention one thing. Now, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, I have really, really badly wanted to finish up the Trial of the Sword, but my issue when it comes to Trial of the Sword is that I don't find it all that interesting for people to watch me fail constantly over and over on Trial of the Sword. Like, me personally, it's frustrating as hell, and I'm sure it's probably frustrating as hell for anybody else who would want to watch it, and I certainly don't want to... The idea was I was going to set it up so that if I'm up for it and if I feel like it, I'll run quick Trial of the Sword mission just as an encore for my streams in the event I feel like doing an encore. But one issue is that by the end of a lot of streams, I just don't have the energy for it. And on top of that, I don't know. In general, I don't know if it's all that entertaining to watch me fail miserably at Trial of the Sword over and over. Because I want to actually finish Trial of the Sword. Because I want to see what you actually get for completing it. Whether it be a sword with higher charge, or maybe if I'm stupidly lucky. I could look this up. I actually saw somebody who posted this being like, is it worth it to do Trial of the Sword? What do you get for Trial of the Sword? I didn't look at any of those articles, but I know they exist. And I'm willing to bet that it, I'm sure it probably isn't worth it to do Trial of the Sword. Or at the very least, it's probably like just on the cusp of being worth it. But you know what? I want a powerful Master Sword, that's for sure. But I definitely don't want to be recording a whole crap ton of footage and doing it on the stream. So rather than doing that, I want to actually do Trial of the Sword off stream. I've been doing pretty good lately when it comes to... I've been just streaming, and then the entirety of the stream, I cut it down, and then I upload it with all of the necessary bits on it. I've been doing pretty good on that front, but with the Trial of the Sword stuff, I kind of just want to cut right to the chase and be like, hey, I defeated it. It's about it. Maybe I'll record like the final boss or whatever it is for the Trial of the Sword, and then that'll be the end of it. Oh my god, it's frustrating. Just one life, and if you die, you go right back to the beginning. It's like the worst roguelite on the planet, except you don't actually get, improvements or amazing, amazing runs or ridiculous broken runs or broken builds. So that's what I'm thinking for the Trial of the Sword stuff. I'm actually going to do it off stream, because I feel a little bit more inclined to do that. And then after I finally beat it, we will dive right back into Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, finish up some side quests and things to that degree, and once I feel comfortable enough that we've done enough, I'll dive right into trying to defeat Ganon. But anyway, to talk about some games that I'm currently playing, I've been playing a little bit of Terraria. Terraria's been fun, so if you're interested in that, I do that on Wednesday. I've been doing a lot of Phoenix Wright on Saturday, but that was pushed way to the nth thing for this week. And then random roguelikes, been doing a whole bunch of those. I got a couple of other things that I have lined up. Come to think of it, there's one thing in particular. Let me see. Yeah. in about 2 weeks, there's one game that I'm planning on picking up, and I'm so excited for it. So, who do I think did it? Well, who do I think? Okay, who do I think did the murder? It's up in the air at this point. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Iris actually did do it, because I don't know. I don't really trust many people at all within that family lineage at all. Like, I mean, I guess Iris has got the best chance because she has been living as a nun on the on the temple for the longest time. So maybe. And what was the motive? Oh God. Let me think. I mean, there's a part of me that almost kind of wonders if perhaps Bikini did it. Like a small percentage of my brain that sort of wonders if maybe Bikini was the one that did it. She's been acting real calm and cool about a lot of this stuff, and I feel like the attempt to try and kill Maya in the temple is doing of Morgan, that's for sure. As for who killed, as for who killed Misty Faye, I feel like this could potentially be, I feel like this could potentially be Bikini, and she might be putting on this whole back pain thing. Yeah, you don't know. And I get the biggest motive that I could possibly think of is the fact that, like they said, all of the other splinter lineages of the Faye family hate the Faye family and are trying to take the lineage back. You know, that would make a whole lot of sense. That's sort of my theory about it at this moment in time. But Phoenix Wright theories can change in a moment's notice. For the longest time, I thought the clown did it. I thought Mo was just the most evilest evil murderer that you could possibly find. But no, that's not funny. That's horrible. All right. Oh, yeah, I'm tired. So I'm going to get a move on here. Again, thanks everybody for popping out to stream just to say hello, both in the Twitch and the Mixer chat. So I'll see you next time.